Uh, Hello everybody. Uh, you guys are in a situation. You guys have been in a situation for a long time, I think. For the past like half a year, sure, but at the very least, the past couple weeks, this job has not been what you thought. Uh, but you are doing what you've kind of always done, and you're making it work. Uh, the one thing I will say that I think is true always about the crew of misfortune is that they are not quick to give up, which I think is their best quality. Uh,
Despite wanting to.
Despite really not wanting to be here, any of you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is currently the 3rd of Gosrin, and it is the morning of Estriar's appointment to go to a traditional Kasathan tea ceremony. Um, I would love if everybody would kind of like tell me how they're feeling or what they kind of like are setting up to go to this event. Uh, I know that Bug spent the better part of last night frantically Googling Kasathan traditional tea ceremonies.
Smart.
Um, it will still you'll still have to roll when we get into the situation, because then it's just how well you're doing it, but at the very least you won't look like you know nothing about it, which is already a win, right? um and then I would also like a discussion, because I wanted to bring this up because I brought this up last time. So you guys have a lot of free days leading up to the auction, but there is technically a lot to do here. There's more than 7 locations. If any of you would like to choose to not go as part of Estriar's revenue to this event or future events, you can be picking another location to potentially get information. You just would probably like not have as in-depth of interactions if you did that, but that would be a really good way to get information.
That's not a terrible idea.
Yeah, if you guys want to do it, I just wanted to put it on the table. Anybody who wants to go can go. It takes into account multiple people going to each one, but I thought I would give that option just in case.
I think we should at least have a minimum of one other person with whoever's Estriar at the time.
I think that's smart. I think the idea of a Callistocrat going without any of their retinue is very unnatural.
Strange.
Yeah. It's already weird that you have Ken, who is a Callistocrat who seems to have no retinue right now. You know what I mean?
I mean, this is top of the head. If we wanted to, we could probably do a split up of someone like Ken in one group, Bug, Estriar in the other, and then Judge and Odeska can go with either or. So there's always someone with someone.
If you want to do that,
That's not a bad idea, honestly, because like Ken going around with somebody else could potentially save us the hassle of like, what are you doing by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, this is a Callistocrat, it's fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Did you say this thing is a Callistocrat? It's fine.
I don't remember what I said.
It would
I
be funny if
honestly
you
think
did.
that's peak. We keep it. But yeah, no, that's as long as somebody has a Callistocrat, quote unquote, around them, they should be fine. Technically, Panini brought this up, but like people who aren't Callistocrats far outnumber who are here.
Mhm.
And I think this was brought up. There might be a good chance that if you talk to people who aren't Callistocrats on your own and don't have a Callistocrat around you, you might get more stuff out of them.
Yes, that is
Ooh,
the thing
also
that I've
true.
said, is that like all like retinue members or like servants, essentially like people who are working in service on this establishment, will probably connect with other people who are not Callistocrats, because Callistocrats are a minority. You guys are definitely able to run around on your own without people thinking it's weird, except for Ken.
Yeah.
Ken and Estriar should always have at least one person with them, preferably sometimes multiple people. You know what I mean? And also,
Okay.
again, you don't have to fully split the party. If you want more people to go to the tea ceremony to handle what's happening there, that's also fine. It just probably would be like a situation by situation basis once you get more information, you know?
This tea party might be better with, I want to say kind of, might just be better with SDR and one more, because it's going to be a lot more of a, I guess, I'd imagine a lot more of just a quiet thing, where if we can get some feet on the ground getting some information, that's useful.
It's true. That's why I gave you the option. So who's going where? Because the second group or the second cluster of people, you also have to tell me where you're going. Then you have 12 places to pick from. For ease, because this isn't a second by second type of job, you'll only really be able to get information from one location per day if somebody is going, because you would have to be there for a couple hours to like get the information. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess the question kind of comes down to between Odessa and Judge of who wants to go where. Who would be more useful where?
I'm very good at sneaking around and talking, but as we learn from SJR, me speaking up for a Callistocrat is already kind of weird.
Yeah, true. I wouldn't mind sending Judge with Bug to act kind of... I don't think it's a insane idea to have some muscle on side, you know? And it would kind of help with Judge not having to talk by acting as just the quiet bodyguard. Okay, yeah. I think Judge will go with Bug.
Yeah, if I need to sneak around or anything, I can do that.
You're very good.
Thank you.
Where are you gonna go?
Yeah.
Y'all should go back to the suite.
I was thinking about maybe scoping out the crown jewel because that's the next thing on the docket, but what do you think, Ash?
I think doing the crown jewel wouldn't be a bad idea. No, I think doing crown jewel would be a good idea. Because we already, well, not us, but I'm pretty sure Bug checked out the Hanging Gardens. And I went to the bank TM.
I will say that was to give you guys the layout of like what these places were like. If you wanted to get information from those places, you would have to be there for a long amount of time. Every place on the docket has information, even if you spend a lot of time at the bank. But you would have to say that you were spending extra time there, because that was just me giving you what all was here.
Well, okay. I don't know. Ken, you want to go to the bank?
I was just about to say, that's cool. I'm not hanging out at the bank.
You definitely don't have to. I would not expect you to hang out at your parents' bank. Sorry, ex-parents' bank.
Yeah, that's my ex-parents, or is what we call in the business, disowned.
You were disowned?
Oh my god. Severely. But yeah.
Alrighty. Then you guys are gonna go to those locations. Who would like to go first? The Crown Jewel or the Tea House?
Is that up to y'all?
Let's do the tea out for it. Let's set the stakes.
Awesome. I was hoping you'd say that because it's a fun one. Okay, cool. So, Bug and Judge, you guys decide to go to the appointment. I'm getting to that section really quick. Sorry. It's at the Chrysalis Tea House. Pretty early in the morning, I would say. And you... Oh, no, sorry. It's in the afternoon. You kind of walk through these sort of like wings to get to the Contemplations wing, which is where the tea house is. It's a really quiet section. There's not really other stuff going on. It's mostly places where the vibe is kept really slow and quiet. Um, and you really easily get brought by your host into the establishment after your information is vetted. You, Bug, as Estriar, and Judge as your ensemble piece today. And you come in, and this main room is sort of illuminated by floating candles that hover kind of near the ceiling that give it a really soft glow. All of the tables in the main room have been pushed together to create one long seating area with carved wooden chairs lining the table and covered with a simple white cloth. There are about 17 places. Each place setting has a teapot and several wooden tools. And you can smell the hint of cinnamon on the air. And you guys are all kind of like ushered to sit down, both of you together. As you see an elderly Kasathan man kind of emerge from behind a curtain at the back of the room. And all of the chatter kind of like fades into this respectful silence as he goes to put his hands together, all four of them, and says, "Welcome, friends. I am Tea Master Haloru Mora Kelvas of Clan Saurus, House Verdi, Jeweled Eye of Ghislaine. I am your host this afternoon. I hope we can enjoy a convivial atmosphere together."
Judge wants to kill
yeah.
herself in game.
I get to ask you a really fun question. When you go to sit down, there is like there's about a dozen Callistocrats here, but most notably, there are not other tables to sit at this location. People's like servants or retinues are either choosing to stand behind them, or like some of them are even coming to kind of like shyly sit down at a chair with like a setup, and each time one of them does that, the tea master kind of gives like an encouraging nod. So I get to ask you, Judge, are you also participating?
Do I have to?
No, it'll just look different depending on what you do.
I know. I think that's what Judge is saying quietly to Bug.
I feel like Bug is just like staring at the tea, like they're running through, like all the stuff that's set out, and it's like running through the ceremony again, and so they just shrug.
What would you say the percentage of standing versus sitting is? Sorry, it's a weird question, but does it look like more people are like participating than not?
Oh no, that's not a weird question. I just don't have a direct number. I will say it does seem like most people here are participating.
Participate.
Okay. You see that the tea master goes to give you again a really encouraging nod. And I feel like almost like in this kind of like sense of like everybody kind of getting ready to be walked through. He doesn't walk over to say anything to you, but it seems like he is how do I word this? He's paying more attention to non-Kasathans who are participating, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yes. I want both of you to give me a perception check really quick. This is not the start. This is just for some information.
$17.
Okay.
I know it's not in this game, but I just keep waiting for you to say a society check, and I keep sweating. Okay, not great, not bad. Also a 17.
Okay. Awesome. 1 second. Okay, cool. What was your response again, Molly? What was your number?
Response to what?
What was your number? Your roll?
Oh, 17 as well.
Swag. Okay, cool. Awesome. You see that most people here, if it's so hard to think of exactly how to word these vibes, but you're watching kind of everybody here, and most everybody here is like taking it seriously from like a respectful stance, but not a ton of people here are like really into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
seems like it's a cool thing to do for a lot of the people here. But at the very least, they're not being disrespectful, right?
It's a bit of a novelty, but like
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna go through with it.
It's true. Awesome. We are now going to kind of go through the motions, the actions of this tea ceremony, because the tea master Holoru is going to walk you through it, basically, and you're going to have to make a check for every step.
Gonna die?
Yep, you might die.
Death by tea.
You do badly enough that somebody just hits you upside the head with a teapot. No. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna first do the first step, which Tea Master Holoru walks you through, is ritually cleansing all of the tea implements. I need both of you to give me either a culture or a perception check.
Perception.
Perception.
Slay, so because you guys are using perception, the flavor is that you're trying to really casually watch how other people are doing it, but not take too long to mimic them.
Ooh.
That is another 17.
Swag.
I got a 28.
Awesome. Okay. So you guys start doing it, and Bug, you knew that this was the first step, but you perhaps didn't get the same nuance in your YouTube tutorial that you're getting here. Because as you kind of go to do it, you are like realizing like a half step too late before you correct some of the things that you're doing. Judge, you manage to do that because you are kind of like, you're aware that if you fuck up, it's not going to look as bad, or maybe you want to look less embarrassed as like a non-Kasafa, non-Callistocrat here in a room full of rich, snobby people. And you manage to kind of do that, but through your kind of like eyeing the room as they're going through it, and as Tea Master Holoru is showing people how to do it, you kind of catch another Callistocrat at this table kind of giving a really sour look towards Estriar, Bug. And you can see that he is an elf. He has pale skin and sort of like dark hair, short cropped. And the most notable thing about him is kind of like the electric blue of his eyes. If you guys don't know, elves have like, they have basically like cat or dog eyes where like you can't see the whites of them because the iris is so big. So it's just like this deep electric blue.
Man, that's sick though.
But the sneer kind of looks at home on his face as he kind of like gives like a look towards how Bug is doing.
Okay. So we got a hater.
We do got a hater. Next step. Next step is to heat water in the small stone teapot over an open flame. You guys all have your little heating pads, but Tea Master Holoru stresses that it is really important to pour it before it boils. You can't wait for it to boil. I need a dexterity check or a sleight of hand check.
Both are the same.
I see. Then you still have to tell me because they have different DCs.
Yep.
So like either just a straight dexterity bonus or a sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to do sleight of hand.
I'll go ahead and do dexterity.
Okay.
15.
swag.
23.
Okay.
Judge is good at tea parties. What the heck?
You're so good at it, and you didn't want to do it. You guys are kind of picking up kind of like the rhythm of this exchange. And both of you through different kind of means, Judge through kind of just like sheer timing, and Bug through the kind of like muscle memory that you were doing on your way here. You managed to get the teapot just in time to pour it over the dried tea leaves before you start whisking, which is a continuous activity for about 2 minutes. But both of you seem to be doing particularly well with the tea master giving both of you kind of a very... It's excited, but it's quiet, but like a smile. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Thankful at how sort of engaged you are, I think.
Nice. Okay.
And then the last section is adding a sweetener to it. Bug, you would know that traditionally you are meant to use honey, but as you guys have learned, honey is not up to calistocratic standards of purity. So it is instead a like colorless, slightly green syrup. But you have to use
yum.
this kind of wooden dipper to add a specific amount of sweetener. So I need a culture or a mysticism check.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
here's where it
Oh,
falls
no.
apart.
Culture.
Okay, my culture is +5, my mysticism is +1, so we're gonna do culture.
Okay, awesome.
16.
Okay.
I also got 16.
Okay, awesome. Both of you kind of go... It's a very difficult thing to gauge because you go to kind of like sweeten this. You take this kind of... I'm imagining it looks like a honey dipper, right? So you're having to like drizzle a very specific amount in there. But by the time you start with everybody, you realize that it's harder to control than you think. As well as because you are kind of trying to pick up on what other people are doing, you both stop it later than everyone else at your table. But Tea Master Holoru goes to speak up and say, almost like to reassure other people at the table who did not particularly do well. And again, he's kind of very specifically looking at like non-Kasathas, where he says, one of our most important rituals, the tempering, traditionally lasts 12 months. And he goes to kind of explain that like each drop of syrup, which is supposed to total 12, is meant to represent like the gaining of a new tradition. Because Kasathans are really traditional and they're very insular, but you have to like leave your community for a year before you come of age. And that's meant to be like strengthening your old traditions, but bringing home new ones, essentially. And he goes to kind of explain it. Not that disappointed that people got it wrong. But again, there's kind of like, now both of you notice this elf kind of like almost roll his eyes, which is like hard to pick up because his eyes look different than yours. But he
This
seems...
fucking guy.
He seems to have kind of like an opinion on how well you've done. But by the end of it, the tea master goes to encourage you all to try your cup of tea. If you guys do that, feel free to tell me.
Yes.
Yeah, Judge will wait for Bug to sip before she sips.
It's pretty good. Not gonna lie. You guys did both really well on specifically the section that required like actually making the tea. Both of your cups are a little sweet, but the cinnamon flavor is really heavy on your tongue, but the mouthfeel is really light. So it's very like it's a very unique experience, I would say.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Had better, had worse.
Exactly. It just depends on how much you like tea, right? Um, but after
Given she's not drinking anymore, I imagine Judge has been trying to have a lot of it.
yeah. But after that, the tea master goes to kind of like put all 4 of his hands together and gives a little bow as the ceremony is adjourned. And with that, nobody ends up actually leaving. It's more like people kind of get up to start mingling, which, like, again, you think is the main purpose of this event,
Yeah,
right?
makes sense.
And you kind of see that elf that was kind of looking at you go to kind of like groan as he stands up and goes to kind of like walk around chatting with like 3 or 4 people, not being particularly how do I word it? I was gonna say not particularly quietly, but it's not like you can hear what he's saying. It's just that like it seems that like as soon as like the demonstration is over, that kind of like quiet reverence is like gone, right?
Mhm.
So I would love to ask what you guys are kind of like doing. If you guys want to kind of like rub elbows, do you want to go talk to that guy? Do you want to talk to the tea master? What are you doing?
That was the tough part
Yeah,
of this duo.
yeah.
Because I want to get information, but I don't want to start conversations.
God, what a mood.
A very cool thing to keep in mind, and this is a fun thing to tell you guys if you would like to, just because there is a person on your radar right now, you could always find information on him later and try to talk to him later if you feel like you have the time.
Okay, yeah. I think Judge would probably. Is there anyone talking to the tea master?
No, actually. I feel like some people kind of like do some pleasantries. But if you're looking at him, I actually think that he keeps looking at Estriar next to you.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not a bad person to talk to. I imagine this guy knows a lot. Or probably sees a lot of people.
Yes.
As you guys are kind of deliberating, I actually think that he takes the initiative to come up to you, Tea Master Holoru.
Oh, shit.
Bug is sweating.
No, we'll be fine.
And he gives a smile to you, Judge, kind of first, actually. And he says that you did really well. I was very pleased to see your participation. And then in a way that feels almost like soft, he also goes to look up to Estriar with the same kind of like smile that's like a bit fond almost, and he says, you did as well. It's refreshing to see someone's good faith effort in something new like this.
Oh no.
No, you've got this.
I'm supposed to know this and I didn't!
No!
I guess this is actually a question, because the fact that this is a Kasatha tradition, I was under the impression that, like, you see a Kasatha, it's likely they've done it. Is it just as likely for Kasatha to not have done this ceremony in their life?
So that is a nuanced question. I will say, normally this would be a culture check, but I'll say because you were looking up this ceremony last night, I don't mind talking about it. So Kasathas are a very unique culture in the Pact Worlds. Like I said, they're very insular and they're very traditional. They have a lot of importance on their bloodline, where they came from, preserving like their foods and their flora and their fauna and what they've been doing for centuries, because they are like outsiders. They came from like a world with a dying sun, essentially. So they're transplants to the Pact Worlds. They live on a world ship. But the thing about it is that there might be a situation where each Kasatha might not be like an expert on each nuance of their cultural practices. I do think that there is this idea that you should know them. You know what I mean? So you can't tell what he is expecting from this interaction, but from what you have seen of Kasathas, it seems like something that other Kasathas would neg you on Reddit for not knowing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You could play into a oh, it's been a while since I've partaken kind of situation.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Bug is gonna mask so hard right now, and
Mhm.
give like a little smile, and say, "Oh, you're too kind. I'm very rusty."
I think that that's even more reason to be grateful. I think in current company, people are very worried about seeming imperfect. Uh, but if you ever self-conscious about being rusty, um, I encourage you that you can return here at any time if you would like. And I would actually like for you to accept a gift.
Oh.
As he goes to kind of like kneel down to this little like stand. You didn't see the stand where you were sitting, but you assume it's where his stuff is in case he had to replace anything or, show more things or like that sort of thing. But he goes to pick up a tray with it looks almost like an antique tea set that's reminiscent of the sets that you were just using. And he says, if you would like to accept this, I think it is very helpful for practice.
The fact that Ash is screaming in the chat.
We don't see that. Kin's not here. Kin's dead.
Oh god. Would I would I be able to would this spark a memory of any sorts in my mind of like something like this, whether it's Kasathan or Callistocrat, of like protocol to be followed here socially?
That's a very good question. Give me
Okay.
a culture check.
Could judge also attempt.
Stop telling people, Ashton. Delete that. We're doing a culture check.
Oh, not 20! Plus
Let's go.
3? Yeah.
23? Swag. Okay, slay. So, Callistocrats have a very unique material worldview because they are very materialistic, but they're very against things like waste, and they're very into this like preservation of like, it's not like earning necessarily, because I think that there are a lot of Callistocrats that don't necessarily earn what they have, but like it's this idea that like you cannot do charity. There is no concept in the Callistocrat ideology that you should ever do something for free. You should only ever do something in exchange, right? Tea Master Haloru is not a Callistocrat. He is not dressed like a Callistocrat. He's not wearing gloves, but you are one. It is up to your discretion if you would accept a gift or not, because that is not the same as saying, I will not take something. Because there are Callistocrats that steal. Let's be honest, right? But
Yeah.
like there is this idea that like free things are doing something without getting something in return is like foolish, right? It's like this idea that like you are not gaining something out of what you're doing.
Ooh, maybe play into a possible favor. like at before you can. Sorry, this is metagame, but like ask for something in return, or
could.
if there's anything you can kind of like to balance it out in a way.
Yeah, I was thinking of trying to frame it as like accepting the tea set, giving thanks, saying if there's something I can do for you in the future. something like
Callistocrats
that.
love favors. I will say that. Callistocrats love a favor. You don't know if he would take that very well, necessarily, because he's not a Callistocrat. You don't know much about Tea Master Holoru. But you are in a room full of, like, 15 Callistocrats. So, like, every interaction is being studied, just like you are studying other people's interactions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I think Bug will accept it. How do I want to say this in character? They will put on a face that's like a little bit surprised and delighted, like, oh. And then he'll say, oh, well, thank you very much. That is very much appreciated. I can't do much for ceremonies, but if there's anything I can do for you, you may seek me at any time.
I would like... I don't know if I'm going to play this out second by second, right? But you are going to have to do the gauntlet of the no, I insist. You know what I mean? No, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the no, I'm gonna pay situation. And it's like, and I think it's a little annoying for Bug. Tea Master Holoru seems to be, doing fine with the exchange. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
This rules. Yeah, let's put the Bug in more situations.
I love the Bug.
Bug doing everything in their power to not say, just accept my favor!
Yeah, literally.
Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are? Let me out!
He thinks he's Tea Master Holoru, Mora, Kelvias, of Clansaurus, House Verde, Jewel Light of Gulain.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Awesome. So now I get to ask the both of you. Do you want to approach the elf? Or do you want to approach him at a later date? You currently do not know his name.
Can Judge listen out to see if the name gets said? Can I do like some Snoopy?
Ooh. You would say that, wouldn't you, Ash?
Yeah, get him. Get that idiot. Not even here to defend himself.
Yeah, if you want to, like, try to listen in and, like, act like you guys are talking to each other, but you're actually eavesdropping, that could be slay if you guys want to give me a perception check.
I wouldn't think that's so fun.
Awesome. Also, Bug, you get to add to your inventory an antique Kasathan tea set. It's worth 500 credits.
Woo!
So you can sell it if you're a monster, or you can keep it.
Fucking, who needs that shit? Sell.
It's like how you could technically sell Unity that you got from the Aglians, but I'm like, that's the devil's work.
Insanity.
Yeah.
That's a relic.
What do you want us to roll again?
Perception.
26.
I also got a 26.
What the fuck? How many twin rolls have we had tonight already? 3?
About 3, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 15 plus 11. Oh my god, twinsies.
Oh my god.
Awesome. So, I will say, sorry, I'm reading his little section. I will say you do get the name, and you actually overhear a little bit of him talking to several members of his retinue. No, I'm a liar. He's talking. No, he is talking to his retinue slate. Okay, awesome. Sorry, there's paragraphs on all of these bitches. You overhear that he's mentioning that the next day he is holding a meeting at the Peachtree Lounge to discuss an important matter that he does not go into detail about. But you do get to hear his name because the member of his retinue that he is talking to says, yes, of course, Mr. Telanaris. Telar... I'm going to say Telanaris. It's the other way is weird. You get to see his name and him.
Yippee! So where did he say he was gonna be going?
The Peachtree Lounge.
Peachtree Lounge.
It's like a bar. The one that had the really
Yeah.
chatty bartender.
Yes.
Ignore how this sound. I'm going to call him Telanaris because it's easier to say.
He looks like a scumbag.
Yeah, he was giving you that exact look when you were looking like an idiot.
Yeah.
Judge in her mind is creating the hit list.
Awesome. 1 second. Yeah, that is all that you can get right now, unless you start trying to talk to him.
Honestly, I think I'd much prefer to try to listen. Stuff. Listen into the Peachtree Lounge stuff.
Okay, we can do that. No worries.
Because I don't think this scumbag is gonna give us anything, given we fucked up the tea ceremony.
Haha. I'm sure he'd give some backhanded compliments.
He might talk to you, he just might not talk to you nice, you know?
True. Whore.
Or that's true.
We can try if you think you're up to it.
To eavesdropping at Peachtree?
Or talking to him if we are okay with getting down talked to.
I'm less worried about the getting talked down to, more worried about Bug having a +0 in bluff.
Yeah. Because that's
Fair.
the thing. That's the thing, is that you don't have to make bluff checks to seem like Estriar. If you want to start actively lying, that is still a bluff check. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I think meeting up, if you guys would rather have, like, a whole thing. If you wanted to, Judge, you could try to talk to one of his retinue while you're here. It just might look a little bit more strange because this is, like, a mingling event for Calistocrats. But you could try to find them other places later.
I think Judge is just going to try and mentally recall these guys, and I think later will be better.
Swag. Awesome. Then if that is all you guys want to do in this location, your event is done, and I get to talk to Ken and Odesser.
Yippee!
Hello.
Hello.
We're gonna do better than you.
Hello.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Whoa.
See, that's not really a fair contest because we are the fighting duo and not the skill duo.
We're good
Where
at
are
punching.
the bombs?
Awesome. Hi. So you guys want to go to the Crown Jewel, and you guys want to kind of go there to kind of like potentially gather information, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Swag. Okay, cool. The Crown Jewel is a really nice restaurant. So what it probably looks like is you specifically, like, in the morning you set up a reservation, and then you kind of just, like, as rich people love to do at a restaurant, you just go and you kind of bum there a little bit after you buy a dinner, right? Um, I would like both of you to give me different roles. I would like Odessa to give me a perception.
Okay.
And then Ken, I would like you to give me... Sorry, I'm looking at all of the different ways you can find bitches. If you actually... I want to switch that around. Ken, if you want to give me a perception or a computers check, and then Odessa, if you want to give me a perception or a diplomacy
it.
check.
I already rolled perception. It was
Oh,
really
beans.
good.
If you want to use the number on the die and turn... You can use it for perception, or you can turn it into diplomacy. I wanted to give you guys two different options.
Oh wait, diplomacy would actually make it. Hold on. Diplomacy would be 33.
Okay, Slay, can you edit it in here?
Jesus.
Yeah.
You said perception or computers?
Yes. Because it'll either
I'm
be you
using
noticing
computers.
something here, or you on your little iPad.
14 plus 17, so yes, 31
For which one?
for computers.
Okay,
my,
can you...
my wish the perception was that high.
Slay, can you type that into chat really quick while I check
Yes.
my notes? Sorry that this one isn't as interesting as the big ones. You guys are potentially going to get a lot of information with fucking 30s. Jesus.
You asked me to do what I do best, man.
I did. You're very good at them. Okay. So... Odessa.
Mm-hmm.
Actually... Swag. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you guys, okay, yeah, you guys get really good information. Okay, awesome. So Odessa, you are here with Ken for a reasonably long time. This is like, I'm imagining your angle is that like you are a member of Ken's retinue, on her employ, basically, right?
Mhm.
And a lot of your time is kind of like sitting around and like listening for information. But because you are here for like such a long amount of time, there are times when like you have to get up and fetch something for Ken, or like you can like rub elbows with servers or other people you run into. So I'm imagining this actually happens potentially like when you are like excusing yourself to go to the bathroom. And like in line to the bathroom, you end up kind of meeting a person. They're gnomish. And you end up kind of like chatting with them in line for the bathroom, and you actually find out that they are a member of a Callistocat retinue as well. And she kind of tells you, she says, it's actually really interesting to like meet you because you know, we might be, well, you know.
What? I think Odessa just is like. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a terrible memory. What?
Oh, sorry. How are you talking? I should have expected you to be new. I just, our bosses might, not be getting along so good. Can I just outright say that their competition. Is that rude?
No, listen. They're not around right now. You're in good company. You can speak your mind.
Uh, I really hope that you know, we don't have to go head to head or nothing. But, you know, people so high up like that, when they win or lose, it only really affects us with their mood. Doesn't actually sink or float them very high.
Right, I mean, they're moving around money that we could only dream of. I'm sure it doesn't really affect their standing all that much.
That's what I've been saying. He's a bit difficult to work with, but, you know, he pays me fine and I don't have to rely on tips, so it's not like I have to worry about if he's in a good mood or not.
Who are you working for?
Oh, the Harringtons?
The Harringtons, is that like a family?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My boss is the CEO, but his daughter is like the COO. Um, uh, oh, if you're unfamiliar, I don't mind saying it. And she kind of like gestures to the fact that she is technically like wearing like logos and stuff like that. Most of people who have been like a member of a retinue for a long time have some kind of identifier on them because it means it's easier for them to get into locations that their boss needs them to get into. She tells you specifically that she works for a man named Ralvarian Umaris Harrington III.
Can you send that in, please?
I would love to
Long
do that
man.
for you.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Here you go.
Thank you.
And she just kind of keeps yapping with you, idly, and she's like, yeah, he's a little difficult to work with, but like, who isn't around here?
Well, you have my condolences, and I hope that regardless of how it goes, their mood doesn't affect you too much.
Thanks. I feel pretty good about my job security, but that I will never say no to more luck in this sphere. But good talking to you. I mean, I legitimately hope she does well. Can't imagine it's easy coming back.
Yes, it is. It's been a process, but she's been doing well so far. So there's that at least.
I mean,
But it was nice. Oh, go ahead.
I think. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I think that she says, kind of like offhand, like oh, I'm sure that she'll do well enough. I just wouldn't, don't envy your position.
Darling, I don't envy your position.
Oh, if I could say we could drink to that, I would.
How about we trade names instead? Maybe keep in touch?
Yeah, 1 second. Tara. My name is Tara.
Odessa.
She goes to shake your hand.
Nice.
Yeah, she'll shake her hand.
Nice. And she says, it was, lovely. I will probably see you around, but, again, no, sorry to be crass, I do have to piss like a Stridermander.
No worries.
And then she
See
dips.
you around. Yeah.
And her name is Tara. She's a real NPC.
Wow.
Wow.
It was she, her pronouns.
Yes.
Cool. And then Rao Varian is the CEO?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Awesome. And
Cool.
then Ashton, you did computers, right?
Houston, yes.
So your information is a little different. You are kind of. I don't know if Ken is particularly used to stakeouts, but I think a stakeout sounds boring as fuck. So I would also be on my phone. So I imagine you're just on your phone, right? And
Yeah.
and you're kind of just like flipping through stuff, and you're kind of like on your brain, like you're doing the Starfinder equivalent of like changing the radio channel and skipping the Spotify song, but you're going through like comms, because again, not every comm line is private. Most are unsecured channels that you just kind of like flip through. And you actually key into a conversation.
Yummy.
Yes. And you basically hear. I'm gonna summarize this because I don't imagine you're gonna be yapping to them also, because then they would know you're eavesdropping. But it basically is two people kind of like discussing if they are or aren't going to be a part of the auction or not this month. And so you get basically confirmation that a man called Cantir Sursa is in the running, and his name is Cantir Sursa.
Hit list.
I think that's the only information you would kind of hear. But as you're kind of like listening and trying to sift whatever usable information from this conversation, you get the idea that Cantir is someone powerful. In what regard, you're not sure. Yeah.
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 Takes this. Odessa.
Odessa coming back from the bathroom.
Yep. Cantir Sursa.
Yep. Cantor Sursa. Yep. Alvarian. Umaris Harrington III. Yep. Slate, that's all the information that you get after this whole day, but you got 2 names, which is a lot at one time. But you don't have any kind of information about them right now.
I was gonna say, can we Google these bitches?
So you can. It would have to take like time. So you would have to do it the next day as part of your free day activities. Because like when you're sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Because so when you're like doing information gathering, that like requires like time, because it's not necessarily the same as like let's use the example of like you're trying to look up somebody who's like a CEO. Is that like you might find like a picture and like a little bit of their information, but you're not going to find the important information 5 minutes on Google. You know what I mean? Yeah, literally. You'll get Mangione.
What was the general deal with Cantir Sursa? Just for my notes.
That he is definitely intent on bidding on the White Wind. And that he is somebody who is powerful in some capacity.
Cool. He's one of the 5 or so contenders. It's important. So is Ralvarian.
Yeah. Also that one bitch.
Yeah?
That other name. I guess you guys don't know the name yet. You'll find out the name in a minute whenever
The
it
elf
comes back.
bitch?
Yep. Okay, do you guys want to come back into your rooms and yap 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 yap?
Yep.
Yeah,
Tea
yeah, yeah, yeah,
ceremony.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
ass
yeah.
elf.
Fuck ass elf.
Does anyone want tea?
I got a tea
Mm.
set.
Do you have non-lethal tea?
Well, they replaced the honey with Callistocrat syrup, so I think so.
Oh. Uh,
What do you
okay.
mean non-lethal?
Not caffeinated, but if it doesn't have
Oh.
honey, I don't know if I want it.
We can get
I like
some after this ordeal.
That sounds nice.
Also, I never want to do that again.
Hey, no, don't sell yourself short. You handled yourself pretty well.
He kept going back and forth about the tea set and the favor.
That did
that-
happen. That was quite enjoyable to see.
Was it a
We went over it
Callistocrat?
like 10 times. No.
Oh, then he just is old.
Just a nice dude, it seems.
Judge
The
says
worst
it
thing
too.
to
I
run
think
into.
it's just an old people thing. Odessa as
Pass.
well.
Does a very light pat on Bug's back. There. You don't gotta be the rich person anymore.
Thank you.
You're next.
God damn it!
Yeah, it is your turn.
Fucking, and I went to the goddamn tea ceremony. God, I forgot about that. Fuck. All right, hand it over.
You better do your research, Judge.
What do I research? Oh, the fucking. Oh my god.
His personality and
It's just-
his connections.
You're having an important dinner meeting tomorrow at the Crown Jewel for those in the textile and fashion trade.
It's not
What?
tomorrow. It's in 3 days.
Oh
It's on the
man.
Oh, that's right. Well,
We
The
get some
next
free
event.
days.
Okay, I know what I'm doing tomorrow. This mission sucks.
It's made specifically for all of my people who can't talk.
Ah,
Awesome.
Can we promise next mission we go on we like nearly die or something? Like anything but this?
You will.
Judge, you know I do not control the missions and jobs that we get. I wish. It doesn't work like that.
But can you try?
Do you think I can say no to Rika?
that is
Fair.
a good point.
Fair. Judge grumbling, taking the fucking the disguise box to go sleep in the big room.
Enjoy your bedroom upgrade.
Uh-huh. Couch was better.
I have a question for the people here because I love this stuff. Does anybody want to comb through Estriar's correspondences again to see if any of the names come up?
Yes.
Ooh,
God.
that's a good
That would be
idea.
good to do.
Yes, because you
We
learned a
get
bunch
around
of
the
names
family
today.
computer.
Yeah, literally. Okay, awesome. Who wants to do it? It's not a roll, it's just for flavor who's staying up in the middle of the night trying to cross-reference stuff.
Given Judge plans on doing research tomorrow, I think she would probably get an early start on it.
Awesome.
Give
Slay,
it-
slay, slay.
Given everyone else did all the heavy lifting of actually getting the information.
Hell yes. So you can definitely do that. 1 second. I'm checking all of the guys again. Okay, awesome. Only one name comes up that you recognize, but I think it's a name that you don't expect.
Oh.
Tara.
The
The gnome
Yeah.
Fucking gnome
retinue
Yes.
that
of
called
a
me a
calistocrat.
bitch and poor
Yeah.
and homeless.
the one that
She-
works for the Harringtons.
Mm-hmm.
She apparently owes Estriar a favor.
Oh, that
Poison.
is good to know.
Poison your leader. Poison your leader.
Kill,
Poison your
kill,
leader.
kill.
Bleach, bleach, bleach.
Yeah, I imagine while Judge is kind of looking this stuff up, she just shoots a text to the group while everyone's like in the room, and it basically just says like, gnome retinue seems to owe SGR a favor. If the Harringtons got any stake in the bid, we might be able to mess them up some. Ho, ho, ho.
And with that,
That is-
go ahead.
I was gonna say that is good information to know.
It is. And with that, the dawn of a new day. What do you guys want to do on your free day?
Judge is gonna do research on fucking ribbon dancing and the people that are gonna be there. She's mad about it though.
Are you going to the?
You're going to the dinner.
Yeah, the ribbon dancing
Ah,
is
is
at
that
the end.
tonight?
Remember?
Ah, I thought it
You
was a
have to
free
go.
day.
You have to learn about textiles.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay. Is there any time for Judge to prepare for textile talk?
I'll definitely say that you can do that. Yeah, I'll say that your role then will be. You'll do a computer's check on your check, but you're not going to be hanging out at any locations. You're in the house.
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
My
Everybody
computers
else,
isn't bad.
what are you guys gonna do?
So-
Somebody can be the SGR skin. Ken can move around also, and then somebody can be a retinue member.
Who else is curious about the meeting that bitch elf is
Mood.
having at the Peachtree
Uh-huh,
Lounge?
uh-huh.
I was hoping
100%.
y'all would do that. Judge wanted to do that, but she forgot she had to do this. She did get a nat 20 though.
Nice.
Hell yes. I actually was that your computer's check?
Yep.
Do you want? Listen, I'm gonna offer you a deal. Actually, do you want to turn that into a culture check to get some more information?
Oh yeah. Then that would be a. Somehow my culture is better than my computers.
It's because you're better with the hardware, not the software. I get it. So it would be a nat 20 plus 5? Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Then we'll go back to everybody else first. I'll give you your information later.
No problem.
Question is, who's gonna wear the skin today?
Yeah.
Those goes.
No.
Ah, I can then.
Swag. Hell yeah. So you guys are gonna go to the Peachtree Lounge. I will do that first, and then I will do Judge's thing later. So, you're gonna go, and you're gonna try to be around for this meeting. So, the way that this works is really funny. You are basically going to have to tell me some of the stuff that you have 2 checks that you can make to eavesdrop on this conversation, or I can give you personalized checks to do other things while at this location, right? To eavesdrop on this conversation specifically, you need to be able to do a disguise or a stealth check. The skin does not save you because you are very visible. And the whole point is that you want to listen in and not, like, have them notice you're listening.
Say less. I can do a stealth check.
And then if you don't want to risk doing that check and failing, I can give you other checks. That would do other
Stealth?
things besides this thing. What'd you say, Snare? I'm sorry.
I would be interested in hearing what the other check options are.
Okay, cool. What about you, Ken?
I said stealth and what? Or just stealth?
It would be stealth or disguise.
Fuck that. The stealth.
Okay, awesome. I will go and find some rolls for you, Bugifer.
I could technically do stealth, but no, I'm curious.
Yeah, the name of the game right now is information. So that's why I'm always like, at any point you guys can try to get information, right? Your option for here is going to be a little bit limited, but I think it'll be really neat. So I would like you. Where are you? Okay, there we go. I would like you to give me a diplomacy or perception. Those are your options if you're not doing stealth.
If I activate my sheath array, my stealth is +10. And that's much better than the other two.
If you want to do stealth, that's fine then. I don't mind. You guys have time to find information. It's not like, you know what I mean? And also having somebody succeed on this would also give you information. Like, it's, you know.
Yeah, I think the other two have it stealth covered, so I'm actually going to go ahead and do a perception.
Okay, Slag.
My perception isn't bad. 17.
17. Okay, Slag. Let's do the two people stealthing first. So, you are sidling up to where Telenaris is doing his little meeting. The meeting is just him and his retinue. So it's him kind of like connecting with his staff about like shit that's happening, right? So cool. So the first piece of information you know is that he is gunning for the auction. He is actually very set on it. And you find out why. Because he has a personal rival named Zlanai. I'll go ahead and spell that. Zlanai. He has a personal rival, and it is somebody that when he speaks about this person, there is like, he doesn't ever get very emotive, but there's like a vehemence in his voice when he talks about this person. And the way that he talks about this rival is like everything that he is doing is to prevent the idea from like his conglomerate ever being touched by Zlanai or Zlanai's money. Like he is like unsuccessfully trying to gain an heir. He is like putting expensive money into like expanding his lifespan. Like he is like, I will never let Zlanai anywhere near my business. And so he thinks that getting this money and like growing his holdings is a way that like she will never be able to stand toe to toe with him. But you don't know why.
Why does that name sound familiar?
You should never have heard this name. I might have shown you the art of this NPC, but you'll see when you see her if you see her.
Okay.
But those are the pieces of information that you hear from Telenaris' meeting. And then Bug, you are kind of like, instead of like directly eavesdropping, you're kind of just like scoping out the area. And you actually see another person of note. One second. Yeah, okay, awesome. So you notice very notably that you see, and it's noticeable because you don't see them very often, actually. You see a bleachling gnome come in to spend time kind of like at the bar. And his like countenance looks really unique because he's bleached, but also like most notably when he leaves, you can hear the staff like complaining that like you can tell how well his business ventures are doing based on how well he tips. Which means you know what Relvarian looks like, because you heard Tara complaining that at least I don't have to rely on tips. That's what he looks like.
Oh.
You're depressed.
So mad.
He is. The depression is in his bones, literally.
Yep.
Something's wrong with you. You're actively dying. You shouldn't be a Callistocrat, my dude.
I have actually extremely interesting lore about that, but I can't tell you until after this is done. I know why he's bleached.
Is it because he's a Callistocrat and this is a lifetime thing, so he
I
can't,
can't
get
get
out of
into
it like
it.
a fad?
I can't get into it. I'm just saying they told me why he's bleached.
Dead wife or daughter. I'm putting $10.
He has a daughter
down.
who is living.
Okay, and I'm betting there's another one that is dead. More. Something died here.
Anyways, do you guys yap about your information?
Yes, of course.
Yap.
We love you.
How do we feel about Telanaris' lore?
I'm scared. I wanna fuck him up.
Wishing the worst for him.
Truly though, why does he hate a girl boss?
Maybe
Why
you'll
does
find
he
out.
hate women? Why
you'll
does he
find
hate
out.
women? When?
Okay, awesome. And then now we're going to judges' information. So you get some special information if I can find where the bitches are.
Let's go.
Where are you? Okay, there
And
we go.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm
sorry.
so
Continue.
sorry. You find, as you're kind of like researching all of Estriar's business agreements, all of his messages, everything you can look up about like the cloth that he sells. You also find a name. It doesn't tell me what other information you get about her, but you see the name crop up as like somebody that he's keeping tabs on as like they're rising through the ranks, by the name of Saravana Pilos.
That's an awesome name.
Saravana Pilos.
Ooh, so
Also,
close.
keep in mind, everybody, that there are the favors you can still call in. You can only do them once once each this entire thing, but these
I'm about to
bitches.
portal lore all of this fucking planet. On my planet, this is funny.
It is funny.
I hate Callistocrats. I want them all a good death day.
Sorry you're stuck here, Queen.
So is she. We weren't supposed to be stuck here, but the world is against us.
So I'm looking at some of these favors.
The information one
There's
is really
so-
swag.
There's so much information on the favors. It just terrifies me. I'm like, how long are we gonna be in this fucking asteroid?
Can we just like somehow nat 20 with Odessa's intimidation like 5 times and just scare the shit out of them?
No,
Yeah,
because
kill
they
them.
all have different roles that they need. Everybody here has a reason why they would bow out. You just have to find it.
I believe that. Okay, we'll keep these favors in mind. Alrighty. Judge has done her research.
Hell yeah. I get to ask a really fun question to all of you. Does anybody want to go try to talk to Tara?
She does owe Estriar a favor.
Question is it better if Odessa is there as well? Because there's already that. Didn't you already talk to Tara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judge isn't there. That's up to y'all.
The
Snag
question
that
also
favor.
is, what favor would it be? I'm kind of wanting to ask her why Mr. Bleachling Gnome wants this auction so bad. And I wish it was easier to be like, what can we do to get him to bow out? But
Honestly, we just know the reason why he wants to get in. I think the bow out comes secondary. Because it's like, oh, he wants it in for this reason. Once we learn that, it's like, oh, we convince him of the opposite of that.
Yeah, I think it's like, if you want to like ask, you can also do this through Marayin, because Marayin is coordinating a lot of your favors when you yourselves don't have time. So you can either go and talk to her directly and see what kind of information you can get, or you can just tell Marayin to pass through the grapevine, hey, Estriar is calling in his favor, do this. You would just have to think about what you want out of it, because like, do you want information about why he wants it? Do you want information about what would make him leave? Do you want help with making him leave? Like, you have to get really specific on this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Because very rarely, when you're calling in a favor, very rarely do people want to do extra for you, because they kind of feel like they have to do it, you know what I mean?
My vote is why he would want it.
We gotta do
But-
genie rules.
there was also an option that Panini just put in that was like help in getting him to leave. And at the end of the day, that's what we really want, is just to get them out of the competition.
That is true.
If that happens and we don't end up knowing why he wanted it, that's fine with me as long as he's out.
That is true.
Because we haven't, like, we also technically have about the same information on to Larnus, where, like, okay, we know why he's gunning for it. If
We just
there is
need
a
to get him
way
out.
that we can promise him that his rival isn't gonna fuck with him or give him, like, security in that sense, he probably wouldn't care about the auction.
That's a real good point. Okay. Yeah. I think you convinced me. I think the asking how to get them out of it's gonna be a good question.
Yeah. I think if we're gonna call in a favor, I think we should be like, is there a way to get him out of the running for this?
Hell yeah. Are you gonna text Marayin to send that to Tara so you can get started on that?
Yeah, make it feel more professional. Because why would Estriar go there himself?
Does that sound good to you guys? Just text Marayin specifically that stuff for the favor?
Kill his bitch.
Okay, yes.
Tear
Awesome.
this motherfucker
So-
apart.
I get to give you a
Jesus
bunch of
God.
information about Rovari and Umaris Harrington III now. So, you hear back almost within the same day. And you think because, and Marine reassures you that, like, oh, this won't put Tara's job in any danger. Some of this information is pretty well known about him, like if you ask people, right? He is, so the Callistocrats, most of their focus on what you see outward about their faith is just the way that they live and their monetary success, right? There is a lot of like actual like restriction into it because it is like a faith, right? They have these kinds of, at least some of them have this opinion that like this is the way that you should live to have a successful life. Because of that, Ralvarian is very strict in his adherence to the prophecies of Kelstrad. And he is extremely superstitious to the point of being like extreme even to other prophets. he has backed out of more than a couple business deals just because the portents are not in his favor for that course of action because he thinks that it will fail. That is your biggest angle to getting him to not do it, if you can convince him that this is a bad omen and that it will fail. And because you called in that favor through finding out Terra's connection through Estriar, when you start actually making rolls for that, because you still have to do it yourself, you get to add a +2 to every single check.
Oh my god.
Because she is basically helping you skeeve out her boss.
Okay, so we have a +2 on every check against him.
Yeah, every check to put in your plan into motion to try to trick him into thinking, to scare him off, basically.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Top of the head, top of the head makes me think SGR passing along some info of, oh, did you hear about, if we do some research on what are some like Callistocrat like bad omens, maybe we start spreading those rumors about the auction.
I love that. I will actually go ahead and tell you that it leaves this basically entirely up to your creativity. Anything you can think of that would like be sus to a superstitious person, feel free to, because like some of the examples they give me are like convincing them that like the pattern left at the bottom of his teacup is unlucky, or like flickering with his lights. Like, I'm so serious, scare him.
Mm-hmm.
Ken, you gotta hack.
Okay.
Bug, you gotta poison.
Poison, I gotta
Poison
send my
him.
spiders out.
Send the spiders, send the laxatives, flick off his lights. We gotta do what we were doing to the fucking crew on the ship.
Oh my
It's really fun. I think
God.
the Revarian section is the most fun one. You have to succeed 3 times. I cannot tell you how many times you're allowed to fail.
Oh.
Yeah, this could not work.
I think next free day, whoever has some free time and is really good technical wise should probably start that. That's good. That's really fun. That's
It's
I think
really
we can get that guy
fun.
tonight.
You guys have technically used your day gathering information,
Yes.
so now it is another day. This is the last free day before the dinner reservation. So what would you guys all like to do, and are you all doing it together?
We
Wanna-
need to get this guy out of the running.
Yeah, I want to figure out
Yeah.
where Ralvarian is, and if it's accessible enough. I want to try spooking him with my spiders. As
That
well as the
rules.
things.
That rolls so hard.
This is so fucked up.
No, this is cool. Anyone want to go with Bug as they're gonna scare this man?
There also are like multiple ways to do it. You don't have to only do it in his room. You can do it whenever, again, he's like at a dinner. You can do it even while talking to him. You can even just be like, wow, it's so crazy. The electrical storms, you know, shit like that. Like, feel free to get creative with it because you do have to succeed a couple times.
I was going to
I
say.
didn't know if there was.
Go ahead.
Else
I was
good.
going to say that Ken, I don't know how you would do it, but if you like fucked with the lights in his like room or something, like
So fucked up.
we have to get him
No.
out of the running. Like we cannot be choosy right now. This is what we have to do.
Fuck this
Also,
guy.
you
I
had
feel
no
nothing.
issue doing this to the crew on the ship.
Yeah, because I thought they were fucking bougie.
He
And then they
actually is
weren't.
bougie.
And he actually is
He-
bougie.
He is
Canonically,
bougie, but he's bleached. But I feel bad.
Oh my god.
you can't be getting morals now. You cannot be getting morals now.
I will bomb this
Okay,
man.
circling back
with
around
a
to-
million hair dryers.
Sorry, Sarah, you were talking. What was I missed it.
Oh, I didn't know if it was gonna be like there were set places that this guy is gonna be at, or if I can just say I want to go up to him while he's out shopping or something.
Oh, he really likes Peachtree Lounge. That's why you got that information. Fun fact, you get that information automatically if you're in the Peachtree Lounge when he goes. Your roll is not very good, but he was there.
It's like, I think in that case, my plan is gonna be to wait out at Peachtree Lounge, and whenever he like gets his drink, I'm gonna have my spiders like crawl up the drink or something, or like crawl on his leg.
God.
I really
Those are
like
rolls.
this idea. I need to know what their HP is like.
Let me double check.
Because I don't want to be unrealistic. The first response would be a scared SWAT stomp. You know what I mean? I don't want to kill your spiders, but I want to look at that before I even go about that.
Buff your spiders.
They are actually really strong spiders. They're like level 7 spiders.
Mhm. On my little Google Doc that has their stats, it says 30 HP, and the link that I have to their page, I can't find the HP.
It's because whenever you have a creature companion, it's always like set stats depending on their level. So if that's their HP, then I believe that.
Slay.
Okay, cool, awesome. So slay. So I like that idea. Let me look for. I'm gonna look for what role I want to make that. And we can do that first if you want. Did we want to do the fucking with his lights when it's nighttime? Because that would also be kind of swag.
Yeah.
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 Okay, cool.
Okay, what's the third thing we need to do then?
You need 3 minimum
the
because you might fail
third-
some of these.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Third evil fucked up thing. Okay, you two, what are you gonna bring to the table, huh?
It's not. He's not having any harm done to him.
No,
I-
tell me what you guys are. What are you guys gonna do? Because me and Bug can do fucked up, supernatural. Ooh, the vibes are retrograde right now. What can you two do? What are you
Judge,
bringing?
it benefits if Judge stays a fuck away from this.
Yeah.
What the fuck is
Oh,
she gonna
have-
do to help?
Also, I love how you're being so. I love how you're being like, what are you gonna do? Talk to him? You can. You can just be like, wow, did you hear Mercury is in Gatorade? That's crazy.
I was actually about to say, I kind of wanted to like maybe borrow the Estriar disguise for the day
Please.
and try to catch him
Sure.
when he's at like
Sure.
a restaurant or something, and if he's like drinking tea or anything with like his food or just general commentary, like being like, "Oh, that's not good luck."
Yeah,
Well, that doesn't seem
Kasathans.
very good.
Kasathans say this means blah 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 lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's good.
Mhm.
That's good.
I like it. Let's fucking do it. Okay, cool. So, I'm still trying to find what role I'm gonna make Spider. I
Spider handling.
Spider
guess
handling.
I guess life
Roll
science.
nature.
Please, life science.
I'll make it life science
Please.
because I think it'll require you can like telling your spiders exactly what to do because they will have to go up and do that. They will have to avoid getting hit and then they will have to like run away and hide because this is in a restaurant. So now
So-
people are going to be like, "Oh my god, there were spiders?" No, there aren't.
I have a
Mhm.
question. Aren't these like empath spiders?
Yes, but
Yeah.
only in the calm down variety.
Oh, I was gonna say, give him a panic attack. You don't even have to make the spiders get in danger. Just make him, flood him with endorphins.
No, it would also
No.
make them sad because they are the ones that have the empathy. They are good at calming you down because they feel what you're feeling.
Mhm.
Oh,
Why do the spiders have
not,
dolphins?
not evil.
Like, is gonna get
What?
them so many treats for this.
Okay, awesome. Who wants to go first? I think it could be really fun in my head. It could be really fun if it was like lights first. Odessa being
fucking
like, oh, this is a bad omen
building.
second, and then during that same Peachtree visit, then there are spiders.
Yeah.
That sounds like it would be cool to me.
That sounds
Yeah,
like it
I
makes
like that.
sense.
Okay, cool. Ken, you got to do a engineering. You get to add a +2.
Sick. That's a 12 plus 17 plus 2. I'm too stupid. I'm putting that in here.
It's
31.
31. Okay, swag. 31. So here's the funny thing about this one. You don't get to like hear how it goes necessarily. But you do that. You kind of like set some of his lights to like Silent Hill flicker. It's not like turning it off and on. It's like they go like zzz, you know what I mean? Zzz. So it looks really creepy in his rooms at night. And you set it up to where there's like, you almost set up like a little like hiccup in their circuit. So it's gonna do it basically like once or twice every day. So it's like an extended effect to me with that roll.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, cool. So we have one of those. Odessa, give me your approach. Give me your little Estriar thing. You can either just tell me a little bit about it and then do the roll, or if you want to like say any dialogue, you can. We don't have to.
I don't think I have anything like specific dialogue. I don't think I have any, but I kind of want like I'm pretending like I'm also like I go into wherever he's at, pretending like I'm eating, and then at some point maybe like on my way to like the bathroom, quote
You
unquote,
guys both
I like
could have been
walk
at the
by
bar
his table
because it's like a bar.
That's true. Yeah, so like we're both at the bar, and then I think I like lean over at some point and either like with what he's drinking or his food, or like maybe something is like askew with like his clothing. I'm kind of like, oh, you know, you should fix that because it's a Kasatha saying that whoa is bad luck.
Delicious. So really funny thing, because you're not actually on any basis of real superstition, you don't have to use mysticism, which is actually what it would have been if you were like, oh, the T
good.
pattern, it's a mysticism. No, you're lying, so let's use bluff.
Thank
You're
God.
just bullshitting him.
Yeah. I get a +2 to this?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Oh. Absolutely disgusting roll, 39.
Okay. Awesome. That's so swag. So... Okay, you want to know what? Okay. Bug, I want you to give me your life science roll because I need to know how to make this man leave.
Oh god. Okay.
39 is crazy. I don't know if that's surprising to say that that's a critical. That's fucking crazy.
7 or not 7, 17. Jesus.
Okay, slay. Okay, cool. Awesome. That's still pretty good. Okay, cool. So this honestly almost for the best, right? Because there is this like a little bit of worry, and you go to like pet your spiders and you're like, let's get ready to go. You set this up, right? Odessa, whenever you go up to him and you say, well, you already up to him, but you say that to him, you can almost see like the dark eye bags under his eyes from like lost sleep. And you see him look at you almost horrified. And his hands are like on the table, but before he can like look back at his like drink, one of your empathnids like feelers touches his hand, and when I tell you, this man screams and flees the lounge. Because this is what everybody is doing except for Judge, I don't mind telling you this. By the end of tonight, he will not be on this ship.
Mm-hmm.
He is gone. Congratulations.
Part of me
We're gonna
like
cause this man depression.
literally part of me
He
is
already
like
had depression.
part of me is thinking like is it better or worse for him to is it better for him to be shocked and leave now, or stay and probably see something that'll freak him out even more
That's
as
the
time?
thing. I'm
Bombs.
like, he does not want to be around when we actually do the fucking heist.
No,
No.
he doesn't.
No, it's bad news bears.
At least he's not spending all of his money and it's like, yeah, you won the auction. Oh my god, it got stolen out from under your fucking nose.
literally. Okay, awesome. Hold on, I'm writing down that you have dealt with Ralvarian. Awesome. Okay, cool, awesome. Swag. Hey, Judge, what are you doing today?
From Mac's suggestion, I'm going to start checking some more correspondences. Because I think we had a few more names now.
You heard the names Lanai. But you did hear Saravana from the correspondences, so there's not more information in there.
Okay, and would there be anything on this Lanai?
I'm willing to tell you no. So if you would
Okay.
rather spend your time information
Jason.
gathering about you like actual people, then like you would have to pick one person, but we could do that instead to give you more.
Can I do a shot in the dark?
Yeah, which one?
Not on a person. I want Judge to listen out at the fitness center.
That's fun. I really thought that you would go to it faster than that. That's so fun. Okay, yeah, you can go do that. You can go hang out at the fitness center.
I wanted to go there very soon, but I was like, I gotta wait for the good time.
It's true. The fitness center is really, really good. Let me talk about it again. You get up there. It is top of the line because the Calistocracy values keeping both the mind and body sharp, like being one with your body, whether it means you are strong or physically fit is like really important. So it includes like a weight room. It has like full top of the line exercise machines. It has a swimming pool designed to look like a lush Castrovellian riverbank, complete with real foliage. And it also has like a sparring ring and stuff, right? Like it has everything that Judge could want.
She is. I think she's in heaven.
Hell yes. Give me, I think, a perception check.
Perception, you say?
Or actually make an athletics check.
Oh, just as good as my perception. Oh, that is tasty. That is a tasty 25.
Awesome. Walk me through what you think Judge would like to partake in the most on this fitness center.
I think she gets there, and after kind of like, cause it's like it's both like physical help, but also like, you know, like other type of wellness things.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a classical kind of gym setup? It'd be state of the art, you know, but just kind of a place to actually physically work out.
Yeah, there are exercise machines.
Yeah, I think what she does is she heads over there, sees this gym, changes into workout clothes, and then I think she goes and works out and starts trying to listen in.
Hell yeah, let's go. So you go, and I'll just say that you're lifting weights because that just feels like very Judge,
Yeah.
right? You're lifting weights, and it's nice because like you do well enough, right? But like you can only do so many like chin ups with your door frame before it gets like boring,
Mhm.
right? It's nice to actually be able to like feel the heft of it. And you actually get a lot of attention, which I actually think is really interesting. Because there are people who are there kind of just, you know, to do their run, to do their swim, to chit chat, right? But like there are also like people who seem to be spending a lot of their time in here. And you actually strike up conversation with a Riforian man who comes up and kind of like comments on your form. And he seems pretty impressed with what you're doing, and kind of starts chatting with you. I don't know if I know your guys' angle if you are going to say more stuff about yourself than just like, oh, I'm like a part of the retinue of such and such person. So I would love to hear a little bit about that, what you would tell this person, and then I can
Yeah,
introduce them to you.
she definitely says, because from what other people have seen, they have seen her with Estria, so she does say that she's part of Estria's like retinue, and yeah, that she had some free time like rotating out, so she was gonna decided to come and like come in kind of like get some physical work done, given how a lot of this has just kind of been sitting about.
Mm-hmm. And I think that he like nods appreciatively at that, and he like says like, oh, you know, it's really good. It's a good sign actually that he gives you the time to do that. I think a lot of Callistocrats seem to forget that just because people don't prescribe to the same beliefs that they can just let themselves go for, you know, some such reason. But he goes to introduce himself. You gave your name, right?
Yep.
Okay, sweat. You guys aren't giving fake names, right? You're giving your real names?
Yeah, now.
Okay, cool, awesome. I just wanted to make sure. It's not that important right now. And he says, you can call me Cantier. SGR, he's, I heard he's, thinking about bidding for the White Wind this month.
Yeah, did you kind of nod your head as she kind of like probably finished up her set a bit ago. She's probably racking up the weights again, like pausing, continue talking, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't know, I don't know the full extent of how much he's going to be bidding on, but that I definitely know he is going for that ship." Ooh,
Good. It's always a bit more
butt
interesting
chops.
when more people actually make it a bit of work.
Don't mind me asking, Cantier, you here repping anyone? You part of any other Calistocrats lineup?
You could say I'm repping my company, Sursa Industries, actually. We have multiple
Oh.
contracts with military factions across the Pact Worlds, including, but not limited to, the Hell Knights or the Stewards, if you're familiar with them. Starting to branch out a bit in private militia services.
Can I do like a culture check to does Judge recognize any of those names? They sound scary.
You definitely know the Stewards. The Stewards are kind of like a okay. They're basically like an intergalactic, like they're kind of like a police force, but they're not tied to a government. They're tied to like keeping order. So they're generally a really positive.
Be a part of.
Yeah, Javi was a steward, remember?
Yes. Yes,
Um,
that's right. That's right.
So they are a big name. So if he is helping the Stewards, that's crazy. The Hell Knights are even more crazy. We've never talked about the Hell Knights, so let me get their sheet up really quick. I don't mind telling you that you don't need a culture check for the Hell Knights. Even if you did a check, I don't think you would recognize Sursa Industries, because I don't think these military factions boast who's lining their pockets.
Yeah.
The Hell Knights are a collection of knightly orders with unique focus on the on like law, basically, but they're not tied to goodness, because the Hell Knights are like, they're like a whole thing. Let me get their thing.
Are they Space Marines? Like
they were
Warhammer Space Marines?
They were dedicated to Asmodeus for a long time.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
They're originally from Glarion from fucking Cheliax,
Yes.
which is crazy.
Yes. They have no interest in conquest or power, and they also ignore borders, because their idea is to stamp out piracy, rebellions, imposing order upon like the vast wilderness of space, that sort of thing. They're really popular mercenaries, so you've probably worked with Hell Knights. They sound really intense, because they kind of are, but like it's the same thing as like with the Stewards or the Xeno Wardens. Even if the organization is really like in your face, you meet a lot of people allied with these factions because of their beliefs.
Right. I imagine it's kind of a 50-50 for Judge, because she's like, I've worked with some pretty, some like good working folks from like these stuff. At the end of the day, it probably is just a bad taste in her mouth because she is just pure unadulterated rebellion.
Yeah, literally. But he's just kind of chatting with you. I think some Callistocrats would have been insulted if you had been like, "Oh, who do you work for?" But I think he just finds it amusing.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, and as the chat's going on, I think the last thing Judge will kind of say and go, now, apologies for having to do, even in my off time, got to do my work. Curious to know, you putting any auction on the ship name? Insert ship name here. I forgot.
Oh, he did mention that he is in the running for the wedding.
Yes. Okay, this is good. So we know Sursa Industries is another. Man, this is getting stacked and stacked.
Mhm.
Okay.
Could ask him why he's interested in getting it.
Yeah, you could keep chatting him up
That
if you
is
think you could.
true. Yeah, I think what Judge will do is I think she'll kind of relate or try to relate in the best way can of like, worker for hire, kind of with like one of the people that Surf Industry kind of, backs and whatnot. I think she's kind of coming in it from that angle. I think she's gonna go. So what does Surf Industry have to gain by bidding on this ship? I mean, it's none of my business, of course, and from the outside looking in, I may not see all the value in it. It's a nice looking ship, but curious what you work with some mighty big groups. I'm curious how one ship and the things with it will really sway things.
Well, considering your position, I suppose I'm not surprised you don't know the nuance of it. We don't keep the ship. The auction is for items that have been brought together via donation, tax write-offs. And the auction is that we get to keep the ship until we sell everything on there, and then it gets given back. So realistically, anything anyone has to gain from winning the auction is just simple credits.
Interesting. So it's kind of a financial hot pot benefit, big buy-in for attempt at a bigger payout.
Everything a Callistocrat does is for a bigger payout.
That makes sense. Yeah. Well, you learn something new every day.
I'm curious now then with that question, is there a unique reason that Estriar wants it?
Yeah, Judge kind of spent all day reading about the correspondences. Were there anything in there kind of like leading to that?
I'm gonna be so for real. Everybody in here has reasons for why they need the money. It's just that they want the money. You know, because you found out the first day that he's broke, which you shouldn't say to his competitor.
Would be funny. Would be mad funny.
Oh,
I'm not.
You could.
Okay.
I could roll with that, but it would be a very big social faux pas in a Callistocrat group.
Judge thinks for a second. I think she's probably going to end up having to do like a little bit of a lie, kind of like pass over because she does know the truth. I think she's going to kind of go with like something about using it to leverage into some sort of textile investment, some sort of project that he's been working on. I'm more of she kind of flexes a little bit, more of the muscle rather than the brains.
Well, if there's one thing me and Estriar agree with, it's sometimes expanding out into other industries isn't always the best solution. It's hard to argue when you have a monopoly.
Mm-hmm. You and
Uh,
SGR go way back?
Not particularly. Our businesses don't really coincide, but I've in these circles you have to kind of make an effort to do all of the socializing. Give me a sense motive check.
Yep. Not good at that, but here we go. Ha. I got a -1 to this, so
Swag. We love it.
that's good. Okay, yeah, this dice is really good today. That's a nat 20 -1.
Okay,
Jesus
all
Christ.
right. Cool. So you learn two things. One, Cantier seems very he did not speak very positively on the socializing. And you think because he is mostly here instead of at events that you have now been with Estriar, that perhaps he does not care for it at all. Um, and you also pick up on another thing. You get the feeling you don't know if you have found the angle yet, but you think that he might be open to negotiation. So I'm very interested to see if you'll put anything like that out there.
Yeah. I think as he kind of as Cantier kind of speaks, Judge just kind of goes, "Well, it's been an absolute pleasure getting to talk with you, Cantier. So now, again, I don't do any of the business side of the thing, but if there's anything you want me to pass over to Estriar, he is even though he may be trying to double down on some of his ventures, I think he is also looking forward to some worthwhile investment. So if there's any message you want me to pass, or you want me to share some names talked about, I'm certain he'd be willing to talk in a little bit less she kind of motions to outside of the gym, social environments.
If he wants to talk business, he can bring up business then. I don't have any offers for textile business.
That's fair. Well, thank you for the conversation. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my rep before I need to get back to work.
Of course, don't let me distract you from your count. And he's gonna leave.
Judge feels like she handled that somewhat well. First time in her life.
Hell yeah. You finish your rep, and do you go? Do you guys all come together to yap the information you know?
Yeah.
Well, Varian's fucking gone, bitch.
Nice. All right, that's one issue out of the way. We got a new one though. We're gonna have to deal with the military-industrial complex.
Yup.
We did already know about him. We just know more info about him now.
Yep.
I really dislike his mace.
Yeah.
I dislike his. I want to say I dislike his mutton chops, but I think I dislike his hairline. His mutton chops are fine.
He's just old. He can't help that he's got that. He can't help that he's a part of the military-industrial complex.
He
Yeah.
chose to be a part of it.
He actively makes money on war.
Exactly. Judge does not like him, but Judge can't do anything because ooh. Well, yeah, Judge will share. It's like doesn't seem like there's going to be much budging on him when it comes to, bullying him out of anything. But maybe if we, as SGR, send him a good enough deal that seems worthwhile, who knows? Because we don't got to deal with the after effect of Estriar's dealings.
Until
Maybe
we
something
do.
until we do. But maybe something we might want to add to the list to ask around about.
True. We also know a decent amount about Taelarnus still. So we could also work that angle.
I hate this
Seems
place.
like there's like 2 people that we don't know about who are competing for the White Wind, right?
Yeah.
You guys don't know the exact number, you just know a ballpark.
Got it. Okay.
But we are aware of at least 4, is it now?
3.
3, yes.
Well, with well, I guess yeah, actually.
Originally
haven't-
3,
we-
now 2.
You have
Yeah,
another
it's one
name
of
to
them.
look into, but you don't know if they're in the running or not, or if they could be an ally.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Because Saravana wasn't mentioned.
Ah, I hate these rich people.
Yeah.
Anything else we could do, or is that our day?
I have an event for you all, if you would like. How do you
Show
guys
us your
think?
event.
Yeah, how do you guys think you handle meal times and stuff? Do you think you try to just do one a day, or do you think you just try to fill up whenever you have to go out to your events, or do you guys think you try to grab a bite to eat right before bed? What do you guys think you like to do?
I think a rotating thing might be good. Like,
A
Try to-
carousel of toes eating.
yeah, like, maybe grabbing a few small things here and there, but like rotating out who goes out to get the big meals while the other people are doing like work and prep.
I think that makes a lot of sense, especially because that means you don't have to constantly be rotating who has the skin on. You can just send like a person to be a courier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think okay, I'm putting this out there for funsies, right? Wait, no, I know who's going to be approached. Hi, Bug.
Oh.
I'm
Oh, no.
approaching you. Sorry, I was trying to figure out who exactly would be picked out for this, but for reasons, I actually think that it would be Bug. Okay, so Bug, you kind of go out to get everybody the dinner for the night. And as you're kind of like waiting to be, you're like at the host stand of like one of the places, right? You are actually approached. You're approached by a Verthani man with this kind of like ponytail, and he's wearing like a suit and like a bowler hat. And he goes to say, "Excuse me."
Yes.
Hello. I'm sorry to say that I don't exactly know your name, but I have heard through the grapevine that you are a member of, or you're here with, and you see that he pauses for a second and he thinks and he actually looks over at you and he says, I'm not actually sure if you're with Estriar or with Miss Venus.
Oh fuck. I gotta choose.
It's
Okay.
true. Somebody has to be
Yeah,
your
I-
employer.
Yeah, shut up. I can't play the game.
I think technically because Bug is picking up food to take back to Estriar's room, Bug is gonna say Estriar.
He goes to nod and he says, good. Well, my name is Xander Marinesta. I would like to cordially invite Estriar and Miss Venus and their retinues to a meal at the Crown Jewel.
What time?
It seems like you're picking up food for now. If it's inconvenient, we could do breakfast or a brunch, depending on how early either of them get up. I'm not sure their schedules. If it would be more convenient tonight, then we can, but it could always be in the morning.
I believe morning. I can bring this to Estriar and we can discuss schedules.
Of course. I'll set the reservation now. If you all are free in the morning, feel free to swing by.
Bug will nod. If there's any complications, you will be notified.
Thank you. And he goes to tip his hat, and he goes to walk away. He doesn't actually seem like he's coming to this restaurant. He seemed to have approached you specifically.
As soon as he's like far enough away, Bug just Marinesta.
And now that's your whole night. But feel free to come back, and as you have food, Bug is like, yap, 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 yap.
Can I
Yeah.
check for this bitch's name on the computer?
Yeah, Google him. I will say that doesn't have to be a whole big thing. We can do that. Give me... Well, actually, no, I don't think you have to roll for this one. So, you find him, and you find his social medias. Let me go. I have to look at it again. Yeah.
Social media.
Yeah. If you want to do a bigger deep dive and like ask people about him, that would have to be like a day activity, right? But you're just Googling him. So let me get to the
I was
part.
actually hoping to check correspondence, but I will take a Google also.
Oh, not in the correspondences, no. He's never talked to Estriar.
Okay.
Where are you? Where are you?
Where are you?
Okay, awesome. He has a social media profile and a company website. It seems to be a multiplanetary refining company. He's a Verthani. He seems to have a very impressive financial profile. He seems very, like of social medias of business people, sometimes they can be a bit messy, but his is like... either he or his company has a good PR agent. Is like the vibe. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. No outburst or call out post put on their main dash.
Yeah, he's not trying to buy social media because they're complaining about him. You know what I mean? Thanks.
Someone here on this fucking place is 100% trying that.
Slay. So we have to go to dinner at the Crown Jewel.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
It'll have to be like a breakfast or lunch, I guess.
Yeah, brunch.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. Judge slowly hands the disguise box over to Odessa.
Isn't it your day with the disguise box?
I'm going to dinner with the disguise box. I think it would be greedy if I wore it twice in one day.
Also, the banquet is at Prix Marie. I went to go fact check it because I was worried about making you guys go to two different meals at the same restaurant the same day.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Oh,
a little
I
bit funny.
I wrote down dinner reservation at the Crown Jewel for the last notes. That's crazy.
I'm sorry, I might have said it wrong. There are technically multiple restaurants, but Prix Marie is the one that has the function with the textile bitches.
Okay.
Function.
Sorry, I might have gotten it confused with this invitation. That is at the Crown Jewel.
Okay. I think Odessa just smiles and takes the box.
Listen, it's only fair if I'm going to be here. People might ask questions if they don't see me, or if they don't see me this time, and later tonight. We gotta have our. I just don't want to be him.
You could just say that you need my help, Judge. It's okay.
I need your help so bad. Thank you, Captain.
You're so welcome.
Mhm. I hate this mission. Thanks for the food, Bug. I'm gonna eat it on the couch.
Sorry you were approached with yet another social calling while you were just out grabbing dinner for us.
You were
Like
very
this
brave.
time, thank you. I didn't have to memorize a ceremony this time.
Kind of curious that they this person was able to at least memorize who is with SGR. Kind of interesting.
Everybody probably has our pictures, actually.
Oh God.
Everyone knows who we are.
Actually, the other day when I was out with Ken, I ran into just a member of someone's retinue, and they already knew exactly who Ken was. People
Damn.
do their research about other people here.
Alexander was unclear about whether I was SGRs or Ken's.
That is
I've
something.
established I'm SGRs now, apparently.
Yeah, we
Nobody
should.
would believe me having a retinue. Don't worry about that.
I mean, if it gets too worrisome, we can always say, Odessa's in your retinue, but that's kind of. I've already kind of motioning to Bug. I've already been around SGR like twice now.
I cannot explain the face of like disgust that Ken has at the idea of having like servants or a retinue. And he's just like, sure.
Do you think I want to do any? Do you think I
Sense.
want to do any of this either? I'm doing the mission, like poking Ken in the forehead.
To be honest, that would. I'm sorry. I'm muting a lot because I'm dying. I don't know if you can hear me,
Fair.
Kenzie.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense. It would help support if I see. I don't know, because the thing is, I was gonna be like, oh, it might help because then like Odessa could speak whenever Ken's doing stuff and help support her fuck ass speaking. But then they might just be like, why is your retinue speaking for you?
That already happened.
Yeah.
It
SGR
did,
literally
but
called
the
her
bitch
out.
left.
See, but like, it's also not bad if Odessa was Ken's retinue, because then it kind of gives a little bit more credence to why is Ken here? Oh, if Ken has a retinue, at least it means they're somewhat taking this seriously.
Oh.
We could be overthinking it.
I like hearing it. I do. You never know what you have to think about in this.
Exactly.
But whenever you guys are ready setting up, I would love to talk about your brunch at the Crown Jewel.
Brunch.
Yeah.
Brunch. I hope there's mimosas. There's not gonna be.
Mimosas. There might be. Mimosas would be Calistocrat friendly,
Yes.
technically.
Ooh,
Oh, you're right, actually.
where?
Awesome. Let me
Wow.
get the music.
I don't know why I thought Panino says, "Let me get them mimosas."
Yeah, Panini, make me a mimosa.
I don't like
Pretty
them, so I
please.
wouldn't make you one.
Yeah, sorry,
What the
Sarah.
fuck
Sorry,
you got?
Molly. Ash and I get in character mimosas that you guys don't.
That's fine. I don't need them.
I don't like mimosas because I don't like orange juice.
I also don't like orange juice.
What?
Just don't give me a non-alcoholic mimosa.
I'll give
Me
you
too,
a
actually.
virgin daiquiri.
I don't want that.
What the fuck?
I'm not crazy about strawberry.
What? But you're so strawberry coated.
I mean, I like strawberries, but like I don't like strawberry like flavoring and stuff.
That's real. That's real. I think it's really, really hit or miss. Okay, enough about your palates. Odessa is Estriar today, right?
For part of the day.
Well, yes. Sorry, for the brunch.
They're doing a shift change.
Yep.
Yeah, they are. Okay, awesome. And then everybody is going, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
This is one of the only days where you get to do 2 things in a day because of timing. Okay, awesome. So, you guys roll up to the Crown Jewel, which again is like this really cool restaurant that like it likes to do twists on like traditional Pact Worlds foods. So like it's the autism hate machine, which basically they change it up every time you go. We established that last time that we would hate that. But you come in. This also would have been the description back whenever you guys hung out here all day. I just forgot where the description was, unfortunately. The glass ceiling of this elegant restaurant appears as if it were open to the drift. Lights hovering near the ceiling illuminate tables covered in white cloth, and a grand piano at the restaurant's far corner plays a lovely tune despite having no visible pianist. All the tables appear empty, save for one at the center of the room, occupied by 2 Verthani, a man, Bug, you recognize him as Xander, and a woman. Both appear dressed in well-tailored business suits, though only Xander wears the white gloves of a calistocrat, paired with a set of cufflinks in the shape of playing cards. Several waitstaff stand at attention next to the wall near the table. And as you're urged to approach, he goes to nod politely and says, "Good evening. This is my associate, Thais Vex. We're pleased you decided to join us this evening." And I'll write down that name. You guys are the only people in this restaurant.
Oh
It wa-
no. Ooh, so close.
Help.
And she's also a Verthani?
Yes, they're both Verthani. I have art of both of them.
Oh,
Are
no.
they the racist ones?
What?
What do you mean the racist one?
Verthani?
Oh,
Ever
pure
someone
cast?
got fucked up into a caste system?
You don't know their cast.
I can get into that later. I know
Yeah.
I know the cast lore, TM.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, big eyes.
All
Big
Verthani
eyes.
have them. They have big bug eyes. That's why a bug's called Bug.
Oh my god.
I think it's really jarring to see them just look like normal people because,
People?
like, I guess Bug also looks like that, but in my mind, Bug looks different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really quick. Are they related? Oh wait, I can't ask that. Sorry, go ahead.
They had different last
No, they
names.
have different last names.
You don't know their relationship. He was just like, "This is my associate." Do you sit down?
I would, yes.
Yeah. Or wait, does the assistant also sit down?
The associate is sitting down. Yes, there doesn't seem to be
Okay,
a
right.
servant with them outside of the staff of the restaurant.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys all sit down, and pretty quickly the meal is served. A calistocrat feast of sorghum porridge with pickled spring peas, braised venison with butterfly chrysalis confit, iced cherry wine, and a silken tofu plum tart. Despite the small portions, the food is exceptional. But again, the emptiness of the restaurant is noteworthy because after your meal is served, even the staff members leave.
Ooh.
But he's just exchanging pleasantries. Do you guys introduce yourselves?
Not before SVR.
Nice. You're picking up fast.
Well, this was a very pleasant surprise, Xander. Of course, you may already know my name. I am SGR Isatra Jais of Clan Castris, House Tephora, sworn friend of the Blood of Muir.
Nice.
And this is my associate and my retinue.
It's very lovely to meet you. I'm very thankful that you were willing to answer our invitation. You as well, Miss Venus.
Thank you. The invitation was kind.
I would say it is for hopefully mutual benefit. But I am the kind of person that I think whenever I am trying to make a deal with people, I think the pleasantries and the details are very important. And also, I do apologize if our caution has caused you any unease. And you see that he goes to kind of like gesture to the empty restaurant. And he says, I just hoped to discuss a matter of some delicacy. And I know better than most that staff, it's easier for them to hear and easier for them to talk than people like to think. Ken, you think that that is actually a very unique thing to hear from a Callistocrat? Because it is actually very normal to ignore staff around you.
I was gonna say, is this motherfucker also wearing a fucking box?
But he keeps talking unless you say anything. He has a whole bunch of stuff to say.
No, I want to hear what this weirdo has to say. This is crazy.
Awesome. He goes to
I'm
keep talking.
scared.
His Thais next to him does not speak. Right? He is the only one talking in this moment. As he goes to put his hands on the table, he sets his fork down very delicately. And he says, allow me to lay a few cards on the table. I know you're interested in acquiring the White Wind. I also know that you lack the funds to do so honestly. And I know at least one of you isn't who you appear to be. But before you grow alarmed, let me assure you that we have no intention of interfering with your plan. In fact, I would like to help you. It is my hope that we can both get what we want in that regard. There is a secure data module on the barge's treasure. I will help you win the White Wind as long as I can get access to that module.
Who's got good sense motive?
Judge has bad sense motives, but she'll deal with it.
I know
Goose
because
egg.
you're an android.
I've got a plus 14.
I got a +8. Me kicking hands. Hey, can we roll sense motive?
Yeah, let's all do a round of sense motives.
Y'all ain't ready for this fucking roll. Get ready for this shit, you dumbasses.
What?
What the fuck?
God bless.
Yeah, this guy's on the up and up.
So he said that he wanted a module that's on the ship?
Yeah, a data
yeah,
module.
he said, like,
Okay.
take
A USB,
Take everything
basically.
else. Just give me that.
One
give
second.
me my hard drive. Oh, Sarah, would you like to roll?
Yeah, for
Be
shits and
silly.
giggles.
Nice.
7.
I'm so sorry, Queen.
Stupendous.
Oh my god. Okay, slay. Okay, cool. So For a lot of you, this man is really hard to read. He's keeping his voice very even. You think he might have even practiced this opener, right? Um, Odessa, you pick up the most strongly from this interaction, that he genuinely wants that data module very badly. And he does not give any indication that he has, like, you have talked to people who end up screwing you over before. You've talked with people who know that even at negotiation, and you're not getting that feeling from him. You think that he sincerely wants to help you get it so that he can get the data module.
I think she takes a moment and just breathes out like a sigh and goes, might I ask what is on the module?
It has confidential company business plans and proprietary mining techniques. It fell into the hands of the Calistocrats after being looted by pirates and resold a couple times. I don't have the funds to win the auction for anything else legitimately either. And if I put in a report that it was stolen property, it could take months, and by that point it would probably already be sold again. And some of the information is time sensitive, so.
Damn. That's not Ken. I think Ken is nodding. Damn.
Oh. I'll be honest, I keep trying to check to see if you're lying to us in some way, but you seem very open and honest about this. And I think she looks at everyone else to see what they think about this.
What did he say the module has info on?
Mining.
Mining information and confidential company business plans. He's a miner.
Minor.
Neurodivergent.
He should
and a
be drinking
miner.
then.
Can I ask what company?
I don't know if I know his company name. Shit. Hold on. I'm trying.
Yeah, dance, CM. Dance.
Ah,
Me scrambling
Paizo
through my
will-
PDF, please.
Yeah. Paizo writing about everybody's left taint, and then it's just like, what's the color of like their hair? And it's just like, oh.
It
I know, the one thing they don't write about, and it's like, what the?
it just says a multiplanetary refining company, so it's like
I
it's
couldn't even get a name.
yeah. So like what I imagine it is that they probably outsource mining work, but like their company is about like refining the ore into like ingot type shit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking their thing is from that.
Slay.
Bug would have opinions on that. That's fair.
Yeah. Needed
You-
to check.
You almost died for one of their companies.
You did.
I think Judge kind of puts a hand up to her group to kind of, like, before we, like, she kind of goes, like, before we agree on anything, we are very much in the, I would say, the harder position here, given our jig is pretty much up. I think in only sense of fairness, before we agree, how the hell did you figure it out so quickly?
You see that both of the Verthani kind of exchange glances before Xander goes to nod, and he says, I was in the maintenance duct examining the security around the docking bay a few days ago when you were talking to the real Estriar.
Are you
That's
fucking
embarrassing.
serious? Are you fucking serious? I fucking hate
They're
this
in
place.
the fucking walls.
They're in the
They were in the walls.
Judge just kind of looks at this guy as just like rubbing her temple.
I
Okay.
can't even be mad at you. It was quite impressive, actually.
I mean,
Do we just suck at our job?
it was a good plan, and from what I can tell, it's gotten you very far. I've already noticed that you've gotten someone out of the running. It's what made me. It's what made us take the risk to talk to you. We thought that you had the best shot.
I don't suppose you have information on who else is in the running?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
Okay, cool. 1 second. 1 second. I'm gonna read 1 second.
I see no downside to saying yes to this, by the way.
Same.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. Like, it's that nothing good ever happens in this game. So
I
it's
know,
My-
but like this is good for us, and I think that we're kind of getting to our last end by ourselves.
like, yeah.
My
Oh,
prediction is that this fucking data module is gonna come up again sometime in the future, and it's gonna
Yeah.
be something fucked up.
so
Data module
And
with
you know what? We'll
information.
do what we do best and deal with it when it comes back up.
We are plumbers. We deal with the shit when it comes back into our
Yeah.
life.
Listen to me. Once you flush, it's not our problem. Okay. So Xander looks a little bit apologetic and says that is not the sector that our experience could help you in. But I, and by proxy my associate, has learned a lot of information about how the auction functions. Like I said, I was under the impression that non-legitimate means would be used. That is not a deal breaker for us. I could give you information on how to make a plan like that run more smoothly, as well as me and my associate have a lot of skills ourselves. Miss Vex and I are skilled in things like negotiation, surveillance, research, corporate espionage tactics. You really have to be good at that to make it in business these days. All of those would prove useful to your endeavors. We could also provide useful technology that we wouldn't be using. I, however, would have to restrict that information until we come to an agreement. I hope you understand.
I think because we're all already in agreement, Odessa just sticks out her hand for a handshake and says, "Oh no, we're quite in agreement."
You see Thighs next to Xander go to give a bit of a sigh of relief, and Xander actually goes to give you a smile and shake your hand. And his features actually look a lot less severe when he smiles. I would say, sorry, the book tells me I have to tell you this. He is quite handsome when he's not looking like Forever Thani. He looks hot canonically.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
I thought he was a very handsome butt woman.
Baby, why didn't you make him a hot
Entire time I thought they were
woman?
gay. That's why I asked, are they related? Because I didn't want to get fucking, my ship was confirmed brothers or whatever. I thought they were a very
You want to know what?
happy
I'm making
lesbian
them gay.
couple.
Xander is a beautiful he/him lesbian. I'm putting that
I
on the
want to
recording,
touch.
bitch. Awesome.
I don't
Okay.
even know
Could've
what
got a
he's
minute.
talking
Well then
about.
fine.
Got in my notes.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, cool. Yeah, Xander shakes your hand. They both seem very happy about this arrangement. And he is going to, as part of sealing this deal, you get the items immediately. And he pulls out, I'm gonna list these, so write these down, and then I will give you a snip if I can, right? He puts down 2 short circuit grenades, a hollow shroud, a noise dampener, a tracking bug, 2 jammer charges, and 3 Mark III micro taps. And you guys get 4 whisper comms. Which is basically, if you play Final Fantasy, that's like a link pearl. You put it in your ear and you can be like, So now you don't have to be talking into your phone.
I don't have to talk into my phone. They have to talk into their phone. I'm built different.
Well, that's fine. You don't have to have it then. They take the fourth one back.
What?
Okay.
It's a
so
bit.
It was
And whatever.
2 short circuit grenades, hollow shroud, noise dampener, tracking bug, 2 jammer charges, 3 Mark III micro tabs,
Yes,
and 4 whisper comms.
Yeah, and 3 whisper comms. Well, I'll give you the
Wow,
fourth
they
one and you
don't-
can sell it. You can sell it later.
It's really funny to imagine that kid is like, "Oh, I don't need this," and they're gonna take it back, and she's like, "Wait, no, I'll take it."
Ken
Literally,
would never.
please.
Ken would never. Ken would just take it and then quietly in her brain be like, I am the one with the microphone. I am the microphone. They don't know I'm the microphone.
It's true.
We slay.
Yeah, we slay. You
We
get the
slay.
items. You know what they're good at, which is now more people who can do favors for you. And they have more information for you, which I can go ahead and go over if you'd like.
Well, Molly went to piss.
Molly, come
Yeah,
back
I was gonna
from
say
piss.
Molly.
This is important.
Molly's hot pissing. Yeah, we can just take a second.
Yeah, swag.
What the fuck?
Is that you, Molly?
Molly's typing.
What the fuck?
Welcome back. Okay, awesome. So,
We heard you before. That was funny as fuck.
I didn't hear anything. My internet was fucking up, so I was just like, I'll just
Oh,
wait
I
before
see, I
I'm
see.
like,
oh, that's fair.
I heard like vague noises on your end, and I was like, "Hello."
Oh, ghost.
I couldn't hear anything.
We got a bunch of items while you were gone. I'll send in a list.
Oh,
Yeah, pretty good ones, I would say.
I hope they're secret agent gadgets.
Kind of are.
Oh shit. Ooh, grenades.
I can't use grenades. I've
I
been
can use
banned.
grenades.
Ken uses grenades.
Also, since we're writing down items and stuff, Panini, could you list out what they were good at again?
Yes, I can tell you. I can give it to you exactly. The way that it's listed in their thing, they're skilled in negotiation, surveillance, research, corporate espionage tactics. They also said they can provide you with useful technology. I know that if you have a request, you can basically try to ask them for it, but there's like a limit basically.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and
Hate
then
to say it, these guys rule.
I love
No, I don't hate
them.
to say it.
I don't hate to say it. Look at them. They're a fucking lesbian couple now. They're winning.
I also have information about the auction that I think you guys would really like.
Please, God, help.
So you learn, because Xander starts to tell you this, that right before the barge key codes are electronically transferred when you win the auction, there is a split-second delay while the credits are moved from the bidder's account to the station account. Because you don't have the money to make good on your bid, you won't receive the access codes unless you can take advantage of that split-second delay.
Ken, you're gonna have to do some crazy hacker shit.
Yeah, you are.
You're gonna have to do some next level speed hacking.
Yeah. Are you ready to see real speed?
Ah, I found his company. Oh my god, why did they put it so far down? It's Darkside Refineries because it's on Verses.
Oh,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Dark side.
It's because Verses is
Oh.
tidally locked, so one side always has the sun, one side always has the moon. So there's Darkside and like.
What's that? Does that mean he's fucking out there?
What?
Is he a dark side motherfucker? Or is that just
Maybe.
a fancy name?
Well, there are cities on the edge of it, that like Kuvakara is like in the dark side technically. It's just not out in the Badlands.
Okay.
Because the Ring of Nations goes along the Twilight Zone, basically.
What?
Welcome to the Twilight.
I'm sorry you don't understand Versailles stuff. I know what's happening, and Sarah knows what's happening. That's all that matters.
Recess is very cool.
I love Versailles a lot.
Gonna believe you.
Verthani are one of my favorite ancestries in Starfinder, legitimately. Hell yeah. So Darkside Refineries, you find out about the second delay, but the money has to go into the station account before you get the codes. So you have to do some whack shit in that moment.
Oh god.
You also have verbal agreement from them that they are happy to assist with any of your schemes, as long as they personally don't think that there's a big enough risk to get caught doing it, which I think is fair.
Join us in our schemes.
Yeah. Do you guys have any more questions for the lesbians? Because I like them.
Judge is still weary, but like this is the best deal we've gotten in a hot minute, so I don't think she has too many questions or concerns.
Yeah. I mean this so truly. If they try to fuck us over, we will win anyway.
I hope. I really hope.
I don't hope. I'm manifesting. It's the truth, bitch.
Manifesting.
I actually have a question for them.
Yeah, what's up?
They want
You
a third.
said
I was gonna
you
make that joke.
both were good at negotiation, and we have somewhat of an angle on one of the bidders of this auction. Cantier Sursa is open to negotiations from what I've heard from Judge.
Mhm.
However, I'm just not business-minded enough to take use in that information.
Oh, well, that's easy enough to handle, actually. He won't listen to us. He is the kind of man that listens to strength first and foremost, but I do know that he is a very big fan of gambling. And he spends most of his time in the sparring ring in the fitness center. If you are physically
Judge, just
capable,
beat the shit out of him.
I'm sure you could try to wager something on a bout of fisticuffs, perchance. You could have done that in the moment
Interesting.
too, but you were too wary.
Literally everybody looking at Judge in this moment.
Judge is just smirking. She's like, okay, yeah. I've gambled over fist before.
That is excellent news. Thank you. I think we can handle it from there.
Wonderful. If you have any other questions, I like to think again that me and Thais are very skilled at getting information. There might be some delay when you have questions that you want us to look into, but you will most assuredly get the information. This means that there's a wait time when you ask them, because they have to go find out. But the Cantier one, I just think is fun, so I thought I'd tell you about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe before the end of this in-game day, we should probably shoot them a request so they can get working on that soon.
Yeah, I was gonna see if they could maybe do something regarding Tylarnis.
Yeah. Start digging up some info,
Yeah.
digging up a lead.
I'm also curious about Slanai.
Yeah,
Because-
Lanai. Yeah.
Yeah, Slanai, because I'm like, are you also in the running?
Oh no.
Awesome. It is now currently 8. You're about halfway through your third day here. If you would like, we could do the dinner reservation at Prix Marie if you guys wanted to, or we could cut it here. I'm totally fine. It's whatever you guys feel comfortable at a stopping point.
I'm okay to keep going for a little bit, at least to finish up the dinner reservation.
I can keep going. I would like a 10-minute so I can go gargle some salt.
Yeah, let's take a little break. I'll go ahead and pause and I'll go take a bio break.
Sounds good.
Okay, awesome. We are wrapping up the talk with the Verthani. Do you have any more questions for Xander or Thais? Do you want to go ahead and put a request for them to work on information for somebody? Do you have any more questions about, like, their whole thing?
Do we want to go ahead and put them down the path of asking about the elf man?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He seems like he's going to be one of the ones, because we know it's because of the rival, right?
I
Yeah.
actually will say that, yes, actually, that actually brings up a good point. I actually don't know if you should put in a request for Tulinaris, because you technically know enough
That
to try.
is
You have his
true.
weakness. His weakness is that he doesn't want Zelenai to win.
Then we should
let's put in a
try.
request for the rival then.
Okay, yeah, let's put in some information from Zelenai. I could definitely do that.
Because
Sorry,
we don't
I
know
should've-
anything about her.
Yeah, I should have said that earlier, but I forgot.
No, it's okay.
But basically, once you unlock the weakness, is what it's called, then basically you have all of the tools to make a plan revolving around that. So it's like, are you going to be good enough at convincing him that she won't win it? You know what I mean?
That's so ominous.
Yeah.
Weakness.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll write down that you put in a request for requested info on Zelenai. And then I'll also put a note, is working with Xander. Awesome. Let's go.
This truly is social combat.
I'm not built for it.
It's awesome. I love it.
I am.
No.
Before we disperse,
Yes.
I would like to ask them a little bit awkwardly. If I can ask, where are you from?
Yes. I was excited to speak with another Verthani while we were here. It's what made you very easy to approach. I'm from Vimal, and Thais is from Kuvakara.
Write that down.
Yeah. If I recall, I think you have a connection to Vimal.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is Bug looking through their internal list of cousins?
Well, Bug will nod and say, my parents are from Vermont.
Have you ever visited? I think it's lovely.
No.
We're mostly stationed is an incorrect word. They mostly only work in Vimal and they don't travel often. They are stationary in Vimal. There we go.
I think Bug will ask them what it's like.
I love that question. I think that he would be willing to talk about it. I think he seems actually kind of like interested that you would ask. And he would tell you. You already know that it's one of the larger nations in the Ring of Nations, right? Um, It's very... People say that... Because Kuvkara is its capital, right? They say that Kuvkara is a city that never sleeps. Uh, Vimal is a very... thankfully, it's a very peaceful and very industrious place. Um, we have a very strong relationship with the Peace Watch. They were founded there, if you don't know. And you see that he kind of goes to look at Thais, actually, before he keeps talking, and he says, the divide between caste actually isn't as strong as you would expect in Vimal, but in its place there is a bit of a class disparity. So I do think that my enjoyment of it, I think, is colored by the fact that I don't often have to worry about my income. And you see that Thais actually Thais has been watching you guys talk this whole time, but as this conversation goes into this category, she actually looks, I think she looks like at the table.
I think Bug just kind of nods like this has, like, confirmed something for them.
Mm-hmm.
Say, well, thank you for entertaining my question. Hopefully I can visit at some point.
I like to think that you would enjoy it. But I also hope that you can enjoy it despite its flaws. I still think that there is a lot there worth working for and worth fighting to make better. And I mean that.
Bug nods.
And I think I want you to roll me a sense motive check, actually.
Ooh! It's a flat roll, let's go. 17.
There is something that kind of rings in you by how he's looking at you and how he said that stands out a lot. You think that he means that more than you would expect.
Okay.
I will say another thing that I think is really interesting that I think a lot of you pick up on, but Ken in particular. I think there is something so interesting about talking to Ixander and Thais because they're really cool and they're really helpful. They do not talk like Callistocrats. Or, well, Ixander doesn't. You haven't heard Thais speak.
Begging them to get a new job. No, Ken's just gonna ask, why are you aristocrats?
It's a common faith among business owners and those who are finance driven. I'm sorry I failed to see the reason for your question.
Ken is gonna say something. Ken is going to outright say, I wish that more Callistocrats had this kind of empathy or thought in others. I think it would make the adoption process a lot less horrible. It is
You-
very difficult to see good people being Callistocrats.
You. It's quiet for a minute when you say that, and I think there's like a heaviness to it. And you all hear like this really minute tapping noise. It happens twice in quick succession.
Mm.
Thais hadn't been looking at any of you, but kind of looks up to look at you, Ken. And Ixander goes to take a second, and then he sighs and he says, "Ooh, ooh."
Sorry for my yap.
I think that he just sighs and says that I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not actually a member of the faithful. This is just the easiest way to get back the data that we need.
Yippee!
You've solved my Verthani puzzle!
That's so awful, though. It's like they're way too nice to be Callistocrats, and it's like, correct. They're
Yeah.
not.
They're not!
Damn.
Kind of just gonna nod and say, this makes more sense. I hope you never have to deal with Callistocracy ever again.
Ah. I think I can speak for the both of us when I say that we also hope the same thing. No offense. He only seems to say no
No.
offense to you, Ken, because he doesn't say no offense to the Estriar. Finger quotes. You know what I mean?
What? Nothing for
No.
me?
Ken's just gonna shake her head and I was disowned. I'm good.
Ah, so we're a table full of liars. That makes you feel more comfortable.
Liars and bitches, the lot of We are international super spies. Interdimensional, even.
Hell
Man, what
yeah.
a cool ass fucking dinner.
I
This
love
isn't
these
even dinner,
guys.
this is breakfast.
Yeah, this is your
This
brunch.
is just our
You're getting a
brunch.
mimosa.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you guys have anything else you want to say to these guys? Because we still have our dinner to go to.
No, I like these guys.
I
Fucking
like them a lot too.
Yeah.
someone give them our number for later.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm
Yeah,
assuming
Ken?
we're like swapping contact info.
Yeah. You guys can contact them at any time. I don't have their little text message thing open, but you can. I'll make it whenever we're out. And also, you can whisper calm them whenever you want because you now have the link pro. You can go.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to split up these items later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah. But it's dinner time. Let me get the Prix Marie
Yeah.
music.
I
Here
hand
you
over the
go,
box.
Judge.
Yep.
Uh,
Judge, you studied so hard for this. I wouldn't take this from you.
Yep.
I actually do think it makes sense because I'm pretty sure Bug has good stealth.
Yeah. Without the base bonus is +7, but with Sheath it's +10. And if they're using camouflage, ooh, baby.
Yeah, it's very good at sneak.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby. Okay. It's time for dinner.
Dinter.
I assume everybody is going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So you go, and it's for it's a reservation for a private banquet, right? And you know that it's for people who basically move in the same realm as Estriar's business. And you go to it. The cool thing about Prix Marie is that you guys haven't been there yet, but it's like a Kasathan restaurant. That has like cycling Iron Chef like head chefs that are celebrity chefs all the time, which is very cool to me. I don't know enough about Kasathan food, uh, but I think it's neat. Um, but as you come to the banquet room, you see that in the center there's a long rectangular dining table, draped with a white tablecloth. A centerpiece of golden spun sugar adorns its middle, and place cards with names inscribed in elaborate calligraphy rest in front of each place setting. Several circular tables arranged throughout the rest of the room have identical place settings but no cards. Those already seated at the long table all wear white clothing, including long gloves, and the people seated at the circular tables periodically get up to check on them. Staff in black suits circulate through the room, carrying goblets of wine and other beverages to those who summon them. This means that, Judge, you are Estriar during the event where you are by yourself. Oh, wait, you have Ken.
Oh,
Fuck. Fuck. Judge goes and finds her assigned seating.
You definitely do. And something of note that I actually think is really interesting is that there's kind of like this moment where you guys actually have to talk to staff to make an extra space for Ken,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is really interesting because this technically was an SGR specific event, but I like that. So I think that it goes. I just think they're like, oh my god, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, we must have lost where your name was in the list. And then you're like, yeah, why didn't you know I was
Oh.
here?
Mm-hmm.
Ken
Fix
getting into
it.
textiles.
Fix it. Ken does know about it textiles, actually. There's this moment where, right before dinner, everybody's kind of mingling a little bit, right? Judge, you are approached before dinner starts. As you're kind of like hanging around your seat, and Ken is getting her seat next to you. A human approaches you wearing this kind of sort of long white dress, and this really like fluffy bolero almost. Comes up with a smile and says, I'm glad you're here. I've been looking for a good time to discuss our deal.
Oh,
That's okay. That's okay. I did research.
oh god.
I would assume this is the person in correspondence because Judge did some reading over the correspondence and light research. So, like, would Judge be able to figure out this is who?
So here's a really funny thing. You don't know the ancestry of Saravana. You don't know what her business is. You don't know what connection you have with her. And you definitely don't remember any of your recent messages being about a deal. So, you have to give me a bluff or a deception check to talk with this person long enough to figure out what the hell she's talking about. To even think about going along with it.
Okay. So what would the choice of the roles be? Bluff or deception?
Bluff or deception. Bluff or diplomacy.
Bluff. Yeah, bluff is deception.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I heard deception and I was like, yeah, that one.
I think I will do diplomacy as if I'm trying to kind of like, pleasantries, make small talk, kind of get the ball rolling, get her talking more before, kind of being like a, yes, good, blah blah blah, given the occasion, blah blah blah, long day. Let us rediscuss the deal, kind of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Everyone blow my dice. Thank you for blowing on it. That is a 19 minus 1. That's an 18.
Yeah, this is Saravana.
Okay. All right, and did Judge read up about that deal?
No, you just know the name from the correspondences.
I hate you! I hate you! I hate you! I hate you! Yeah, I think Judge will kind of after the open pleasantries and whatnot, and ensuring this is Saravana, I think she'll kind of just hit with a now apologies for uh, uh apologies for all the pleasantries. I know this is mostly just an excuse for work. Let us discuss over the deal again if you would discuss over the deal again now that we have time to do so. Kind of short to the point.
Yeah, definitely. So you can give me either a. You don't have that one. You have to give me another diplomacy check. And while you're rolling for that, as you guys kind of like go to sit down, because she's sitting next to you, the dinner hasn't started yet, but it's nice to sit down while chatting. Um, uh, you actually look down at her placemat, and it actually says the name Moira. So you don't know who this is. That was a critical failure. So there's
Judge
this
isn't
like
allowed to be SGR anymore. Judge
there's
is not
this moment
allowed.
where you're really confident and you're like yes, and you sit down and you're like I'm back to where I started.
Judge is gonna kill herself after this.
I was gonna have it go all the way into her being like meh, 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 but I thought that was too mean.
So one more diplomacy check.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Still good. Or I hope good. That's a 17.
You see, as you kind of start talking shop, you pick up that she's like a silk wholesaler because you're trying to make her be a supplier, right? From the way that she's talking, right? And you feel like you get pretty far into it. There's a little data pad and she's writing things down, and you see that she goes to click it off, and she kind of sighs and she says, this is such a busy time. I really shouldn't be bothering you with all of this.
Can I sense motive that?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel good with that one. I also actually 18. Sorry.
She seems annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
She seems to be cutting the conversation.
Okay. Judge knows that she is in no position to bullshit through this. So I think she is going to kind of accept the wash that this is a loss.
Yeah, that's super fair. It's not like you would have seen the money anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if anything, this just gets one problem out of our hair, having to deal with a plan. Judge SGR is just going to kind of go with a, of course, and apologies for the setting this up. Long, many meetings today. Deeply apologetic on that, or not deeply, but many meetings today. You know how it goes. I will, of course, be in contact with hopefully a more suitable deal. Kind of a cop out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It is what it is. You see that she goes to look at you and she gives a bit of a smile, but there's like a bit of an edge to it, and she's like, "Whatever you say, darling." And then she goes to kind of like look away from you. And as you kind of like turn to look at Ken, both of you are like, "Yee."
Judge is gonna kill herself. Judge is gonna. She hates this. She hates this mission every single day. She was excited because she could go fight someone. Now she's so pissed.
If it was not for the fact that we were Callistocrats and these bitches hate touching each other, I would be patting them on the back.
Yeah.
As you guys are kind of doing that, and there's like this emotional, there's this like, there's this motion that's like, ah, it is what it
There's a
is.
mutual like
It
head
is what it
nod.
is.
Ken, you
No.
hear a voice behind you go,
I need things to stop.
Ken?
Oh no! Oh no! Run, run, run.
Kenny, is that you?
Hey, Panini, do you have soundboard muted?
Yeah, I do.
Metal pipe, metal pipe, metal pipe.
Oh shit, dog! I knew that something was gonna fucking happen to you.
Everyone who's not Ken, because Ken, you're still facing the table, sat down. You all see a man approach behind Ken. You see that there is most Callistocrats that you see actually cover a lot of skin. They wear pure white, and you see that almost in like a cheeky way, this character is wearing like showing a bit more skin and wearing a lot of other colors on his outfit. He has bright red hair, and you see that he has bunny ears on his head. But what you take into account how he's acting is that he looks like he has seen a ghost, and his like Judge in particular, you can see before Ken turns around that his hand is like almost outstretched, like he is going to touch Ken.
Judge gives the best like glance back up and like, oh, how a Callistocrat would look with someone like, oi, what are you doing? This isn't decorum.
Ken will turn around.
You see Laksh.
I've been living in peace.
This is a dinner for people in the textile industry, and he is.
Send in the art. What art? Yeah.
Okay, I'll go get his art.
To get killing themselves to
I have one of the arts right here.
One of the arts right here. Is it the yoga one?
Here we go. I also have the yoga one. I can send the yoga one too.
Yeah.
This is the outfit he's wearing. And this is my slutty one.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What the hell?
Bunny
Oh, God.
boy.
Bunny
Sorry,
boy.
I remembered I was married to a bunny boy and blacked out. What was he saying to me?
Oh my god.
He basically said, Kenny, is that you?
Yeah. She's gonna turn around and she's just gonna say, "It's good to see you, Laksh."
I thought you left the faith.
I'm
You're in public.
gonna vomit. Ken is gonna nod and say, "I did for a time, but I decided I wanted to try and I want to make a name for myself."
You see he does this thing where he almost like sways on the balls of his feet like he's going to get closer to you. But this is where that glare you were giving him comes into play, Judge, where he looks over at you and it's like he just noticed you for the first time. And instead of reaching out, he goes to kind of like take his hands back and he says, It's really good to see you. How long have you been in? I'm surprised I haven't seen you yet."
Considering how many people have been approaching me and my oh god, what was the term that was used? It wasn't
Retinue?
host. Retinue.
Business
No.
partner.
Business
Oh, associate.
partner.
Yes, business partner.
Associate. Thank you. Considering how many times me and my associate have been spoken to this week, I'm surprised you hadn't heard. Many people have had a lot of opinions about me this week.
Well, if they have opinions, that's because they're insecure about their own standards. I don't think there's anything wrong with coming back.
Judge is having to fight off the fucking like she wants to fucking just look at Ken the most. She wants to just big eye like, bruh, what is going on, girl?
I'm surprised you're working with SGR. I haven't had the chance to meet you one on one yet. And he goes to kind of like look at you, and he gives like this really like big bright smile as he puts his hands together, and he says, "I know that for a while you were very involved in my business, but I didn't know that you had expanded." And he kind of looks between the two of you.
No, Ken nods and says he's been a recent business partner, but we hadn't really met before this.
Fast friends. Well, I'll say this: any friend of Ken is a friend of mine. Considering you work in supplying, I wonder if in our newfound friendship, we could try to strike a deal, perhaps. And you see that he's bodily. He like gives one more look at Ken, but he's like actually like bodily turning to like have his whole self facing Estriar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Judge kind of spots this, and she's just like, and she just kind of goes like, yes, quite. Maybe, how about we table that conversation for sometime later? My schedule is quite filled up at the moment, but kind of glances back to Ken as if considering something. I'll consider the options and I'll reach out.
Right. Right. That's good. Thank you for the consideration. And then he kind of like looks like he's looking around to like figure something out, and then he looks over at Ken and says, if you want, I'm here with Vihan. Our family isn't here. But when we're not working, we should talk more. I like to spend time in the meditation rooms. I'm sure we
I
could find
remember
a
that.
place to be a bit more private.
Ken is gonna nod and she's gonna say, I would like that. It's difficult to talk with so many people around, and it's impossible to catch up whenever business needs to be done.
It's true. Business is on the docket for everything right now. Um, well, I have to go find my seat. It was really nice seeing you.
Uh, Ken is going to nod and say, You have my contacts.
I do. You're right. Um, right.
Chat, I'm sad.
He kind of
Man.
like he still looks like he's smiling, but he kind of like looks down, and he has to like pull himself away to go like sit down and have to do this dinner. You know what I mean?
I need you to know there's like a Ken smile, which is to say she doesn't look mopey. She's in fact looking up. She looks like she's looking at the room. She's not looking at the room, but she looks like she's looking at the room. She was looking at him with eye contact
Oof.
that entire time. She was facing his body.
Woof. Yeah.
And now she looks very sad.
Yeah.
After that guy, after he's gone, and after things are kind of like going all around the place, at the dinner, and kind of like, they can kind of talk with a little bit less worry about someone walking up. I think Judge just kind of will just do a whisper lean in, like, Is it ever rude for a Calistocrat to just Irish goodbye a fucking party if you want to leave?
I think it would be suicide for both of us, actually.
All right then.
I'm
Oh.
used to this song and dance, don't worry.
Well, at least you're suffering through it, not alone. Little pat on, like, wants to give a pat on the back, but you know.
They do the mutual nod.
Mm-hmm.
There's
What
going to
was
be a
the-
lot of those.
I do
Yeah.
think if you guys look over to where Odessa and Bug are, I think Odessa is just shooting you guys like a look.
Yeah.
Judge in the most through blinking looks ever. It's bad.
The SOS signal in the blinking.
Yeah, Odessa
SOS Morse
blinking
code.
back.
I blinked at Odessa using Morse code.
What was the name of the person he said he was here with?
Vihan, I'll tell
His
you.
brother.
It's Lach and Vihan. Yes, his older brother.
There we go.
Very interestingly enough, blood related. They were adopted as a duo. Which doesn't happen often. Because you don't normally get to pick when you adopt.
I hate this mission. I hate this mission.
Yeah. Normally you get separated from your siblings.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Awesome. Hi, retinue. While the two noble pretending people are staring into the middle distance. How y'all doing?
Bug is very worried for Kennifer.
Yeah, Odessa's like, what the fuck was that?
That was a lot. Bug ready to get up and be like, is he bothering you, Queen?
As you guys are kind of like watching on from a distance, if you wanted to go up and like check on them and like talk to them, you can. Other members of the retinue do that, but also it is in public, so it's like, how much are you guys willing to talk about in public? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But something that you guys can do that the other two can't, you get the chance to gossip because you're hanging out with all the help.
God, I want to gossip. Fuck this.
To be honest, having Odessa doing hot goss feels fitting and useful.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I'm
Thank
just
you.
mad. I'm just mad. Judge can't talk. Judge can't talk.
I want to deal with the hot goss.
Hell
Oh,
yeah, give me a
no.
diplomacy check.
I can give you a diplomacy check.
Bug, if you want to also give me a perception check, you can.
Well, fuck, that was okay. Well, I want you to know that this is like basically the worst that I can do. A dirty 20. I got a 2 on the die.
Oh my god. I got an 18.
Okay, swag. So, with your powers combined, you notice one person that is chatting up a storm here, as it were. I'm gonna say that it's like you, because the rolls were not very good, unfortunately, you guys. I'm sorry, but I imagine that because you guys are like looking out at the table and also like trying to goss, like it's like a situation of you notice somebody who looks really cool, and then you ask somebody and they get to tell you their name, and that's basically all of the information you get. You have identified Zlanai. You're gonna love this art. I've showed this art off for 2 years.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes,
Oh.
I've seen this.
Yeah,
Beauty.
Obsessed.
that's a witch
Okay,
weird.
shout out to whoever did this. Fabric rendering is really fucking
Yeah, it
good.
is.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful. That's Zlanai, who is a witch weird. Beauty, grace.
Why are all the hot people Callistocrats?
I hate it. I'm so mad.
Fucked up,
I can't
so
do anything
fucked up.
about that.
morally bankrupt?
man.
Yeah.
Judge wanted to get some this mission, and she wants to kill herself. This
You
isn't
can
fair.
barely fuck this entire location, I hope you know.
She's so
Barely.
so pissed.
But that's Lanai. You don't get any other information about her because your rolls were not very good. I'm sorry.
Well, there she is.
There she is.
We see her
There
face.
she is.
Awesome. The people who are pretending to be nobility, you guys have to make me a roll.
No.
Fuck you.
You have to roll me a culture or a perception check.
Oh, thank
Oh,
God.
fuck yeah, let's do that.
Thank
oh,
God.
let's go, baby.
God. You don't hate me.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Finally, good lord, finally a roll. Okay.
Nice. Okay, cool, awesome. Both of you kind of scramble. You guys are fed your courses, which Paizo loves to tell you the food. So it is a 3-course meal. It's a fish and tamarind soup, whole roasted Acatonian red squirrels, marinated in lemon, and pomegranate coconut milk pudding. Delicious. But what it is basically is as you guys go to start eating, you catch yourself at just the right moment before you start. Because everybody is eating in a very particular way, and you have to kind of like mimic the proper table etiquette of everyone around you. And thankfully you pass, so nobody thinks that you're uncouth.
Thank God, that would be embarrassing as fuck.
It gives you like an actual debuff if people think that you're dumb or look bad or uncivilized. So I'm really glad you passed that. Yeah, you guys have a dinner. You guys both are stressed because Judge fumbled a bag and Ken saw a ghost from the past. How are we feeling?
Crashing out. Ken's crashing out. I'm alive. I'm thriving. My water is fucking what?
Do either of the retinue want to go up and tell these two who Lanai is?
Oh, yes.
We have a moment of going up to our fucking people and like doing the whispering in the ear thing.
Yeah.
Well, technically, we don't even have to do that,
Whisper
though.
comms, you're right.
That's true.
Let's go.
Whisper comm.
Whisper comms. They point out Lanai to you. So if you want to talk to her, you can if you feel up to it.
Please.
No.
Please. 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 I killed my
Judge.
roll.
Judge, like, wizard calling to Odessa. If you knew how bad I've fumbled everything tonight, you would fire me from the crew. I cannot.
Hold on. I'm gonna be a very brave little boy.
You
Yeah?
can do it.
Please save me from the humiliation that is a -1 to charisma.
It's really kicking your ass.
It is.
Uh,
I didn't think I'd have to do this for a dinner.
Heart.
I hate you. Hate you.
Ken will go. Chat. We gotta think of a reason. We don't know what she does.
Yeah. Honestly, you could just go up with a like, "Oh hi, you're Lanai, aren't you? I've heard about you. I'm fascinated to get to know you more." Blah 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 blah.
Compliment her
kissing
or
ass.
something.
Yeah, compliment her,
Mhm.
ask her about her company. She's obviously in the textile and fashion business.
I'm trying to think, because the thing is that Ken is a technology homo.
You could also even try to open up with hot goss and be like, hey, so we met Tylarnus the other day and he was talking like mad shit about you. What's up with that?
That's a good
What's up with
one.
That's
that?
crazy.
Okay, it's time to be a brave little boy, and if I fuck this up, it's just in character. It's just in character, and I'll just live with it.
We
Ken
will
is-
survive.
We will survive another day. Ken is going to go up to Lanai, post eating. I'm not a brute.
Ah, yeah, the mingling section, 100%. She has a little cocktail in one hand.
Yeah, I was going to say I have a little mimosa. And Ken's going to say, "Excuse me, are you Lanai?"
Yes, hello. I don't think I've seen your face here before.
Oh, she sounds pleasant. Ken's gonna say, "I'm Ken Venus. I haven't shown my face recently. I'm not very surprised, but I'm making a new face for myself."
That's very respectable. I think a new start is always something that's very important. You know, not everyone has the benefit of time or stability, really.
Don't witch weirds live forever or some shit.
Yes. No one knows where they come
Dear
from.
God.
They're like the progenitors of like
Mm.
3 races.
Yep.
Dear
Insane.
God. Oh, aren't they superstitious too?
Uh,
Ken wouldn't know that.
yeah, you also don't know if she's superstitious.
Ken is gonna nod and say, "I only have so much time in the world, and there's so much to do. I wanted to ask because I am afraid that I haven't been a part of Clustocracy for a moment. I apologize, but I didn't hear your name through good means. I'm afraid that I heard your name through insults the first time I heard it, so I wanted to meet you and apologize at this point because I didn't expect such a pleasant person."
You can kind of see her eyes crinkle a little bit where you can see them, which looks to be in a smile. Um, but can you notice, because you hear something,
Oh,
you can hear the creaking of the glass in her hand as she squeezes it. And she says, "From an elf, I take it?"
monkey sounds. Yes, I'm afraid so. A elf with bright blue eyes that looked down on my friend's retinue whenever they couldn't manage to do a tea ceremony correctly.
If I could pay ravens to peck out his eyes, I would.
Oh,
Ooh,
God damn.
I love her.
this. Love her.
my apologies for such an introduction. I just thought you should know. So I guess you are used to hearing your name on him?
Yes, well, it's not enough that he won. He has to lord it over me at every chance he gets. It's 'cause he knows I'll get him
One?
back. I just need time. And he doesn't have as much as I do.
I love this woman. One chance.
Uh, Ken's gonna take a second, uh, a good pause, and say one.
Yes, 2 centuries ago,
Oh
he
Jesus!
purchased a company that I had my eyes on and proceeded to lord it over me for, I forget the exact amount of time, but I have a very particular niche that I enjoy. Uh, I'm here because I'm branching out. It's a dabble in an interest. But my conglomerate spans multiple systems and holdings and industries, and was one of the biggest reasons why we've had so many breakthroughs in the medical and biotech field. I've been in this field since before the gap. And he thinks that he's better than me because he bought the company I wanted. And he's not.
One chance, ma'am,
Hold on.
please. I'm terrified of her.
Cool. Ken is going to nod and say, pre-gap PCs, you have so much. I'm so sorry. I don't think I could ever comprehend somebody holding some kind of grudge like that over somebody for so long. I'm sorry that 2 centuries of him bad-mouthing you?
Yeah. The gap only ended about 300 years ago, to give perspective. But I digress, that wasn't. You didn't know. You're very sweet coming up to talk to me.
Do we know if this woman is after the White Wing?
You do not have
don't think so.
confirmation.
I mean, now is a good time to ask, because if you can give dirt that, like, he's wasting his, if she's not after and he's wasting his time, she can get ahead in something else.
I wonder if we can get them sick them on each other.
Yeah, and we have confirmation that
Telanaris.
Telanaris, thank you. He's after the White Wing?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
he's after it because he thinks she's after it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cracks my knucks. I believe he said that he was here for the White Wing. Are you also after that bid?
If there's anything he's trying to do, I'll get it first.
Oh,
Okay. This is where we have to redirect that. What if you kind of push that he's putting all his eggs in that basket, meaning he's defenseless in other aspects? Maybe share how self-conscious he is over losing anything to her, so she could easily snoop in whenever he's not.
Wait,
Go
but
ahead.
like, if we get him out of the running, then she has no reason to get this. So would that not be 2 birds with 1 stone?
It's true.
I am willing to tell you that they do treat them as 2 different obstacles, so you would have to get rid of both of them. Because if the other one falls out, then
Fine.
they get to be like, I got it anyway. Haha, loser.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Fair
if
enough.
if we knock her into being like, oh well, blah blah blah, we still have to find a reason to get her out. To be fair, I do love to see a girl boss winning.
But you can't win this time.
Me too, but she can't win this.
I'm not saying she's gonna win it. We're still gonna knock her out, but if she can knock him out of it, and then we can just
Sorry, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
no, go ahead. I wasn't talking. I'm just making noises. I'm breathing.
Do you guys think, because if the only reason she's after this now is because he's after it, could we come at it with the angle of like, oh, it would be a lot more financially effective to put your resources to just getting him out instead of trying to outbid?
You
Okay.
know, that wouldn't be bad. Like, just being like, you should just let him waste all of his resources and you'll never have to compete again.
And then we can just instantly turn around, go to him, and basically be like, "Yeah, she's not bidding on that anymore."
Eh? Eh?
Hmm? Yeah.
Eh?
Is that what
Maybe?
y'all are doing? You gotta figure out how to say
So
it.
the 1-2-3 plan is let him bid all of his shit. He's a bitch ass who's putting everything into this. Fuck him over somewhere else while you're here. Go to him, be like, oh, she's not doing this anymore. Chaos?
I like the chaos.
We do tend to have chaos a lot.
Alrighty. I think that that's a really fun plan. So now we're going to get to roles and the wording of it. I think I understand the idea that it's like you should dedicate your money to fucking him over because he's probably not going to get it anyway, and you could just fuck him over in another way, right?
Mhm.
I need a lot of checks for this one.
Yeah.
I need a minimum of 4. I cannot tell you how many you're allowed to fail. So, who's talking first? And because Odessa's over here, if Odessa wants to also try and talk, I'm not going to bar you from doing it. Your angle, you would just have to take that into account. You know what I mean? How you're talking to her.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Do you want to try, Ash?
It sucks because literally any of my skills that aren't charisma, I am so good at. uh, I'll be willing to take the first shot, and if we
Here's,
fail, go ahead.
here's the thing, though, and here's an idea. Bear with me. It doesn't say that they have to be diplomacy checks. If you can think of a way to convince her that uses something like computers, I'll let you use it. But it has to make sense to me.
Oh, maybe if you like, this would probably be like that time thing, but you could probably like make like statistics showing like it's a lot more effective and you get more out of it if you put your money to here.
Yeah, or like this is his weakest like company. Target that. You know what I mean?
Oh, that would be
Jen's so
mysticism.
tech savvy, I'm sure that she could whip up like a fucking spreadsheet
Yeah, like-
fast.
Yeah.
Ken is gonna look at her for a minute and just say, well, I do understand that, but I know that he's putting a lot of his resources into this. And I believe, and she's gonna pull out her fucking computer brain x-ray and she's gonna fucking, oh god, what was it? Like, she can make like a hologram with her eyeball.
I think you can, yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna hologram with her eyeball and she's gonna pull up his stocks and shit and she's gonna be like, wubba dubba 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 da. He's putting all of his resources into this right now. And if you're stepping into doing fabrics, that's fine. But right now, if you invest in this instead of investing in the auction, the stock rates, the Nook miles,
The Nook miles. Give me your
The
computers
turnips.
check. The turnip market. The turnip economy.
the turnip
Yippee!
market. Thank you.
Ken, please save this disaster of a dinner, please.
35.
Okay.
Plus
Yeah.
17.
Okay.
Numbers go brrrr.
Who else?
God, I love Pathfinder. It makes it go
Or are you
so
gonna
high.
just keep what are we doing for rolls now? Everybody
Very
pitch
good,
in.
strong. Does anybody else want to pitch in? Please.
The economy.
I don't know.
I don't know how I would join in this conversation.
I don't know what angle I would use.
Yeah, Odessa could use persuasion. No.
Well, no, I don't
Um,
know how to make it make sense for me just walking up and being like, "Hi, here's another way you can fuck over this guy."
Well, you could act
You-
like you're advising Ken. You said that you were
That's
part of Ken's
true.
retinue. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
just
about to
have
say,
some
like,
ideas.
uh, 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 if you wanted it to be natural, Judge could go first with something, and we could say that you're there, and then you could back it up and be like, "Oh yeah, I've seen business skyrocket or some shit.
Or hit him where it
They're
hurts.
so good at business. Hit them where, or just be like, do you really want to support this blue fuck?"
Okay, so I want to ask you a question, DM.
Yeah, what's up?
So you're kind of because I know you're letting pick a role basically. This might be like going outside of it, but could I use culture or like intimidate, not to like intimidate her, but to show play it off as if Estrian does not like the guy?
I actually think using intimidate for that would fuck nasty, because it could be like being like, you should do a show of force, do something really decisive. Don't just like cut him at the ankles forever.
Mm-hmm.
You could even hear me out. Bug already mentioned stonks. You could recommend like just take over his company.
Honestly,
You're from before the
yeah,
gap. Just take him out.
honestly, yeah, I think as if like a casual viewer at first before kind of like listening in and just being like a like so, like a pardon to intrude, but why not simply go for the throat?
Give me your intimidate check.
Blow my dice, blow my dice. I have pretty decent intimidate. That was a good roll. Okay. That is a 23.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. I have a +6. That is a 24.
Okay.
I think hearing this conversation, I think Odessa will kind of walk up and act like she is like advising like Ken in this like very like business minded conversation. And to Zlanai, I think she will say, "Oh, I agree with what Estriar was saying, actually. See, if you're simply following after what he's doing, trying to get it first, that's not technically a bad idea, but you should know that his biggest fear is you taking over his company and putting your hands into his things. So if you just simply cut him off instead of trying to get what he's getting, then that will be what hurts him the most."
Give me your diplomacy check. We're violent women to violent women communication.
Mhm.
I support women's wrongs.
Yeah. I love Selena.
That
I'm really
is
glad you guys like her.
29 from me.
Okay. Swag. Bug, do you want to do one, or we can cycle around to everybody else? It's whoever wants to roll can. I just love hearing your ideas of how you're adding to the conversation.
Tear that motherfucker apart.
I have one idea for something Bug could do. I don't know if it would work though. Because she mentioned biotech
Yes.
and like medicine and stuff.
Yes.
So my theory is that I could use medicine to be like pointing out developments or like specific companies or technologies that Bug has heard about in regards to the medical field and be like, that's a really good thing to invest in.
Actually, you know what? Hell yeah, I like that a lot. You're using your specialization. Do it. Let's go. You know what? Hell yeah.
Easy!
I love ones like this. You guys get to just be like, I'm doing shit, and I'm like, cool.
Okay.
Using your degree since you're so
Who's in
smart.
the degree? Let's see. Yes, that's 16 plus 17. 33!
Okay. Alrighty, awesome. So that's the end of the first 4. Not all of them passed. So we will have to start doing extra rolls to see if you succeed before you can get too many failures. So who would like to go again? Who's putting the nails in the coffin? Oh yeah, that Moira bitch is pissed off.
Can I acrobatics my way into convincing her? Can I do a ribbon dance?
No, that's on the ribbon dance day.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Actually, yeah.
She doesn't like ribbon dance. She likes medical stuff.
Medicine.
One of you big stat motherfuckers need to do it. I can't. Don't
Can
look
I-
at me.
Can I convince her to invest her money in health food using my profession chef skill?
Oh my god.
No, but do it. Do it. Do it. I'll back you up.
That's what you guys want to do.
Can I convince her to get into hacking with my profession hacker?
I will say your angles have been very much take this guy down. So if anybody wants to
Yeah.
be, I was gonna say just say kill him, but that's not how this works.
Yeah.
Secretly, Odessa is just like, I mean, you could just kill him and then you'd be done with it. So
Yeah, that's an Odessa thought. That's an inside thought, Captain.
yeah, it's an inside
Inside
captain
thought.
thought. She's not saying it.
That's an inside thought, Captain. That feels like an actual thing Judge would say.
Sarah, give me your
Um.
chef role if you're gonna do it.
Oh fuck. My profession chef is plus 12. Does anybody, before I do this, does anybody have anything else?
I was gonna say
Um,
Ken might just offer and be like, "I'll just hack his room right now. Do it.
That's I like it
Do
a
you need
lot.
me to prove it?
Based.
I'll
That's
find
really
his room
funny.
and I don't even know him."
Based.
I kind of love that.
Do it.
I like it a lot.
Let's
And
go.
back to her roots. Computers?
I will say, hold on. Okay, it doesn't say that they all have to be different, so you can use computers again.
36. 19 plus 17.
Okay, I want to tell you guys what this looks like because it's really funny. Because this bitch was like so mad. She was like,
We're just making it worse.
And you guys are hyping her up to do. I want you to know you are framing this as like just do a hostile takeover of his company, and it
Yeah.
works. So she is like, yeah, and she's clicking on her little phone.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, get
willing
'em.
to tell you because she's probably telling you guys because she is getting worked up talking about this, right? You actually get a really fun bonus because of some of the other things that you've done in this that I've been keeping track of for this
Ooh.
one. And she is like straight up like she is like liquidating some of her assets to turn into liquid wealth, and she is just buying up all of his stock. So she is now like an
Good,
important
yes.
shareholder.
Oh my god, yes!
She is I think her goal specifically in this example is like trying to win a majority so she can fire him from his own board. And I hope she wins.
I hope she wins. I hope that she walks up and it's like, hey, guess what? I'm your boss now. You're fired.
Get out. Get out. Get out of my sight. Okay, awesome. Dealt with Lanai. I love her. I hope you guys really like her.
I love her.
I love her a lot.
Queen.
That's
Uh,
insane. I like her.
That's
I like
OP.
her. The only unfortunate news is that now you will have to go tomorrow to see Xander to request new information because you've already handled her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's okay though.
hindsight's 2020. That was done really fast.
Yeah.
Hell yes. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to do as the night comes to a close before we end the game?
You should go talk to your bunny boyfriend.
I will
alright,
talk to my bunny voice.
may I make a request that's for next time? It's already almost 11:30 for me.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh no, that's in DMs. That's
Okay,
in
yeah.
DMs.
Gotcha,
Bunny boyfriends are
gotcha.
for the DMs.
It's true. You have to text him first. Is there anything you guys want to do maybe on your phones, on SGR's computer? Any last thoughts before you get
DM
to...
SGR that he's a piece of shit and he left us fucking hanging so hard and I hope his businesses fail. You bitch motherfucker. I'm gonna
No, we
explode
don't.
this sun
No,
planet.
that's something that we say for after we get the ship, and he has this fucking share or whatever. Then we're like, fuck you for all of
Fuck you
that.
for all that.
I'm gonna explode the fuck out of this planet somehow.
Judge is thinking on it.
I'm good.
Hell yeah. Alrighty. I'm gonna stop the recording. But you guys did really good. I love you guys.
Yay!